Yes, sir.
Can you ask them if they watched a video today?
Have you guys watched the video? People are giving me a thumbs up, Judge.
Okay, and don't forget about the 293 or 293 and the late fee of 25 driver's license. If they want to do a
Okay.
change of plea. Thanks.
Yes, Judge. No
Bye.
problem.
All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Judge Kim Teresa Malika. You're in first appearance magistrate court. Today, you're going to be informed of the charges, and we're going to determine if there's probable cause. Today is not your trial day. Please do not talk about the facts of your case. Everything's being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you. If you have a private attorney, please let me know immediately when you step up to the podium. You also have, if you don't have a private attorney, you have a right to an attorney, a public defender. We have Mr. Romero at the main jail, and we have Mr. Forberick, who's seated to my right in the courtroom. We're gonna take a couple cases at a turn. The first one is going to be Tyrus Breon Hicks, page 15 of a docket. We have family here. Hello, ma'am, how are you?
North Broward, Judge.
All right.
Oh, see that?
On Mr. Hicks, even though it's not a magistrate issue, there was a correction done in reference to.
Okay, well, give me 1 second. Are you Mr. Hicks, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have your somebody's here. State your name, first and last name, and your relationship to Mr. Hicks.
Earl Hicks,
We just wanna make sure he.
Okay, good morning. All right, go ahead, Sheila.
It's not for magistrate because it has to do with the out-of-county hold. There was a charge left off per the teletype, so instead of, 8 bonds, he have 9. And I'm gonna give you the corrected to reflect count 9, with an additional $1,000 of out-of-county charge. So
Right,
in the
so-
event if the family wants to close bonds for the out-of-county, they'll know that it's an additional $1,000.
All right, but what about Sheila, are we magistrating him on the burglary, unoccupied conveyance, unarmed?
Count 1,
Yes,
that's it.
okay. All right. Okay, so, sir, this is what we have. Let me tell you what charges they have. They have burglary, unoccupied conveyance, unarmed. And then you have counts 2 through, and I'm gonna put 9, out of county hold. What is this, Collier County?
Yes,
And that's for a felony? Is that the same case number?
yes. It's 2 different cases. It's 2 different
No, it's 18. I'm talking about, I'm writing on the sheet,
Oh, okay.
so we don't have to magistrate him again. CF 000 452. And what is the charge, of first degree petty theft?
Yes,
Okay, so that's $1,000 bond, not for magistrate, correct?
yes.
Okay, so just give me 1 moment and then I'll give you an opportunity to speak. So this is what we have here. We have the burglary of an unoccupied conveyance unarmed, and then counts 2 through 9 are all out-of-county hold felonies out of Collier County. And it's actually not even for magistrate court here today, it's just bonds. But as a matter of convenience, I'll let you know, there's a $10,000 bond, 2,000, 10,000, 10,000, 2,000, 10,000, 10,000, 1,000. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's 50,000. And then we have 52, 54, 55,000 total in the out-of-county holds for Collier County. So you either can bond out you either pay the $55,000 bond, you can go to a bondsman. And if not, then you'll be sent to Collier County later rather than sooner probably. You do have a burglary of a conveyance unoccupied, which we are here today. We have to magistrate you.
Right. But I go to court on the 10th for that.
Okay, hold on 1 moment, sir. All right, so let me just ask this, I'll let you talk before I make a decision, okay? All right, so state, what is it that you're requesting on count 1?
We're requesting $10,000 and no return.
Okay, no return to where?
12050 West.
Hold on, I'm writing it down. 1, 2.
12050 West Sunrise Boulevard.
And is that Fort Lauderdale or Sunrise? Sir, you have Mr. Forberick here. You don't want to put yourself at the scene.
It's Sunrise, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, all right, defense?
Judge, I did call out to him. He indicated that he has a court date for the Broward County charge on July 10th.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if this was a change of charge, why it would come back in front of magistrate court if in fact it's already filed. But in light of the fact
It's a
that
capias not in custody.
in light of the fact that he already has $55,000 in bonds that this court can't do anything with because they're out of county holds, I would just ask the court to set a nominal bond for him. On this case, it's a third-degree felony. I would just ask for either $500, maybe $1,000. I'm not sure, based on the family's reaction, that he's going to be able to afford the $55,000.
I'm not.
Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, no, I was just, well, basically, he just read off, I mean, I thought it was, cause, from my understanding from the police department, it said that he missed the court date. And we're set up for that court date, but if we can go ahead and set him a bond, I can try to see what, I don't know. That's,
I understand. All right, well, the only thing that I have here today is a capias not in custody for a burglary of a conveyance unoccupied, and it was signed by Judge Martin Fine on 12/19/2007. As far as the warrants, that has nothing to do with Broward County. We just, notice that there's a warrant, so the sheriff's office holds him unless he pays the bond, okay? So, this is what the court's gonna do. Court is gonna find probable cause. Court's gonna order no return, sir, to 12050 West Sunrise Boulevard, Sunrise, Florida. So what the court will do is set a $999 bond, sir, on this charge, and the rest are, as I stated earlier, okay? Good luck to you.
thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Shea,
Where is it? The only two I think I see are on page 1. That didn't indicate whether or not it's an MO or not, but they're out of Pompano Beach.
what's the name? I have Osceola
The
and
first,
Fields.
I have White and Elliston. On page 1, are those state cases or?
Yes,
Are they? Okay. And then Judge, I didn't see any MOs coming out of any of my cities.
I have an MU,
It's a DUI.
yeah.
All right.
All right, hold on, don't leave yet, because I have one more I gotta look at. So you don't have, hold on. Then I have an MO, KPS for Fields.
What page is that?
Page 5.
That would be Char. Well, it's out of Fort
Oh,
Lauderdale.
sorry, not your
Yeah, that's Char.
Well, they arrested him, hold on.
It's definitely, it's a Fort Lauderdale arrest, but I'm not sure if it's.
Yeah, but he could have had a,
Right, it could have been a Hollywood KPS.
started in front of Judge, it does say the city of, so you don't have, so what about DePhillips?
That's, again, Fort Lauderdale.
Good morning, Judge. I represent Mr. DePhillips and Mr. Fields.
Okay, thanks, Sheriff.
Okay. All right,
Thank you, Judge.
check at 1 o'clock,
Yeah, I'll be back around.
okay?
Take care, bye-bye.
Thank you. Where are you, Jara? Mr. McLawrence?
Yes, good morning, Judge.
Hi, are
I was
you-
just on the phone with Mr. DePhillips over in North Broward.
Oh, okay. All right, so let me know when you're ready, okay?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Gary Alexander Salisbury, we have family or somebody here, page 12.
Who's here present, Judge? What page?
Page 12.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, are you Gary Alexander Salby?
Yes, Your Honor. How you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you for asking. Okay, we have 2 people here. Can you see them?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state your first and last name and your relationship to Mr. Salby, please. I'm sorry, you have to speak into the microphone because we're recording.
Haynes' girlfriend.
Spell your last name?
H-A-Y-N-E-S.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
H-A-Y-N-E-S.
And what is your relationship? Girlfriend? Okay, hi.
Alright.
Teresa Chambers, the mother.
Okay. All right, so, Mr. Salby, you're charged with false imprisonment of an adult. does find probable cause. Court is gonna order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in the case, whose initials are TDH. When I say no victim contact, direct or indirect, and I want everybody to listen up, that means no contact in person, calling, texting, writing, nothing on social media whatsoever, and no contact through third parties. And that's whether you're in jail or not. Do you understand, Mr. Selby?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, State, tell me what it is that you're asking for.
We're asking for $5,000, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Romero.
Judge, in speaking with Mr. Salvi, he basically works in landscaping. He's been doing that for the past 2 years. Depending on the weather, he can get up to about $100 per day doing that. He lives in Fort Lauderdale. He resides with his mother. He's been residing there his whole entire life. He's 24 years old. He's going to be relying on his mother to help post his monetary bond. I believe others here present. I don't know what's going to be her financial ability to post the $5,000 bond, which the state has suggested. And speaking with Ms. Salby, I do not believe she's going to be able to afford that, Judge. I'd ask you to consider setting a bond of somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,000 on Mr. Salby's behalf, Judge.
Okay, what's his prior state?
Your Honor, he had a 2012 battery, VOP, 2014 a burglary, reckless driving, leaving the scene of an accident, resisting without violence. He currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pending cases. 3 of them are felonies: burglary, petty theft, another burglary, grand theft in the 3rd degree, fraudulent use of a credit card, offense against computer users, 4 charges of that, and then several traffic criminal pending cases as well.
Okay.
Judge, my understanding is also, I believe, the mother's there present. The alleged victim is there present as well. I believe maybe the victim maybe wants to shed light and maybe say that things as the way the officer portrayed him on the PC affidavit aren't entirely correct. I did advise Mr. Salby that's going to be for a later date to be determined. But Judge, I know that right now the $5,000 which the state has suggested is something that they're not going to be able to come up with.
Okay, it says here, upon contact, the victim did have a large bruise and swelling on her face from being hit. She advised she did get into a fight with the defendant's ex-girlfriend. All right, is there anything further anybody would like to say? Okay, court's gonna set bond at $5,000. No victim contact, direct or indirect, and you're not to possess any firearms, ammunition, or weapons, sir. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, no contact. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, LaShonda Marie White.
She's approaching, Judge. She's here at Maine.
Okay. Okay, Miss White, how are you, ma'am?
Good.
All right, you have obstruction of a highway, $25 bond. Court does find probable cause. State, what's her priors?
One moment, Your Honor.
She had a trespass from 2017. She received a withdrawal. She failed to appear at the Independence hearing on 2017.
Okay. What are we doing with this, Mr. Romero?
Judge, in speaking with Ms. White, she's asked me to ask the court if the court would be willing to resolve her case today. I believe it's an obstruction of highway, which is another form of saying panhandling, Judge.
Yes. All right, State.
Yes, Your Honor, the offer would be a withhold court cost.
Withhold and court costs? And no return to?
And no return to 3572 North Federal Highway.
Judge, in speaking this way, she wishes to accept the state's offer.
All right, ma'am, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. Is your name Lashunda Marie White, W-H-I-T-E?
Yes.
All right, your attorneys advised me that you want to give up your right to a trial and plead guilty or no contest to obstruction of highway.
Yes.
Are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No.
Did you watch a video today?
No.
You didn't watch one? This morning before you came to court? On your rights?
Yes.
Yeah, she
Yes.
watched it on TV.
Do you remember watching a video?
No, I don't.
All right, so then let me ask you this. You're doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You understand that you can't go back to 3572 North Federal Highway? Is that Pompano
Yes.
Beach?
Yes.
Okay, if you go back there, ma'am, you're gonna get arrested. How do you want to plead to obstruction of highway? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
And Mr. Romero spoke to you that if you don't pay the court costs of $293, that your driver's license can be suspended and you'll have to pay a late fee? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you still want to keep your plea of no contest?
Yes.
Okay, the court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the arrest and the plea. Withholding court costs $293. Madam Clerk, 6 months on everybody unless I say otherwise. Court takes judicial notice of time served in the Broward County Jail. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. No return, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Judge, I just asked Ms. Way, unfortunately, right now, she is homeless, and as you can see by the charge itself, it's a panhandling. Would Your Honor give her 1 year to pay court costs, considering those two circumstances?
Let her, yeah, I'll give her 1 year.
Thank you, Judge.
You can do it. That's fine. Trying to find Reynolds, Andrew Reynolds. Yeah, I don't know. You can come on up, ma'am. I'm just looking for the paperwork.
Mr. Andre Reynolds?
Page
Andre
10.
Reynolds, are you here? Andre Reynolds. Let me see
I'm gonna
what,
start from the beginning. It's page 10. We have his mother here.
Andrew Reynolds? Judge,
Yeah.
the docket seems to indicate a violation of probation, so sent to division. So
Okay, do we know
my
what
understanding
division it
wouldn't be
is?
here. I believe the judge is Judge Bailey?
Does it say which one?
No.
All right, let me look it up for the mother so she can go up there. So hold on, give me 1
Yes.
second. State, can you tell me which judge this is?
Give me 1 moment, Your Honor. Andrew Reynolds?
I don't even see it.
Dennis Bailey? It's Dennis Bailey, Your Honor.
Okay, does anybody know what courtroom he is?
61.
Okay, if you could approach just for 1 moment. You said Dennis Bailey?
Yes, Your Honor.
He might have, I know Judge Bailey, 7,900. All right, you might want to try to guide her a little bit.
6900.
Is it 16? Okay, perfect. All right, sorry about that, ma'am. He's in another courtroom, okay? Okay. Thank you for that, Mr. Romero.
No
All right,
problem,
so
Judge.
next one is Tarsha Elliston, please.
I believe it's Paul Ron, Judge.
Okay.
Paul Ron.
Are you Tarsha Elliston?
Yes, ma'am.
You have trespass, failure to leave property upon order by owner. Court does find probable cause. What are we doing with this?
Judge, I spoke to her this morning at the jail. She indicated she wanted to try to resolve the case if possible.
Does she understand that she can't go back to this address?
You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, State, what are you offering?
Your Honor, it would be an adjudication court cost and no return.
Okay, ma'am, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you watch a video today? You can put your hand down. You didn't watch a video today
No.
before court?
No, ma'am.
All right, Deputy, Paul Ryan, do you have a video
Yes, ma'am.
that you play for them?
I didn't get a chance to play it. I was explaining to them.
All right, so if, in the future, if you could start telling everybody, they gotta start playing these videos so everybody knows that their rights, okay? So, I'd appreciate it, thank you. All right, so, Miss Elliston, you spell your last name Eliston?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you wanna give up your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
You've had enough of time to speak to Mr. Forbarek, the gentleman you spoke to, your attorney this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any questions further of him?
No, ma'am.
Is anyone forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
You doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you speak to Mr. Forbarek about your driver's license being suspended if you don't pay the $293? All right, I'll ask you. So I have to impose $293 in court costs. I did it at the end, so, or you forgot. It doesn't matter. So you have to pay $293 in court costs. I'll give you 6 months to pay that. You can make partial payments. You can go in person or go online to browardclerk.org. If you don't pay the $293, they could suspend your driver's license. And if they do, then you're obviously going to be arrested if you drive. And there's also going to be a late fee of $25. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so understanding everything I just explained to you, do you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest for trespassing, failure to leave property upon order by owner?
No contest.
All right. Court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea, adjudication, which means a conviction, court costs of $293, 6 months to pay, no return to 2494 Northwest 5th Street, Pompano Beach. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Okay?
I have one question. Do I have to still bond out?
No, your case is done.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Did you want a
Yes, ma'am.
trial? Did you
No,
want to
ma'am.
dispute these charges? That's what I asked you.
No,
No?
ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then you're done with this case except for paying your $293. Good luck, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Adrienne Lorraine Simpson, please.
She is your president, Main Judge.
All right. Okay, hello, Miss Simpson. How are you?
I'm doing fine, yourself, Judge.
Did you watch a video today, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay. All right, you're charged, you have a capious misdemeanor for operating without a valid license, bond set of $500. What say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, in speaking to Ms. Simpson, she wishes to ask court if you would consider resolving her case today.
Sure, State, what's the offer?
To withhold court costs, Your Honor.
Withhold and court costs.
She wishes to accept the state's offer.
All right,
Judge.
ma'am, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
yes, ma'am.
All right, your name is Adrienne Simpson, Simpson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, put your hand down. All right, so you watched the video today, and you still want to give up all your rights discussed on the video?
Yes,
Okay, and how do you wish to plead to operating without a valid DL?
no contents.
Did you speak to Mr. Romero about the $293 with the driver's license suspension if you don't pay the court costs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you still want to plead guilty or no contest, I'm sorry, for operating without a valid license?
No contents.
Court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file, finds probable cause for the plea. Withholding court costs $293, 6 months to pay. And the court takes judicial notice of the time that she served in the Broward County Jail. Good luck to you, ma'am. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed.
Good luck, ma'am.
Elise Hemsworth, please.
No problem, Your Honor.
Hello, ma'am. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Is your name Elise Hemsworth?
It is, ma'am.
All right, you're charged with disorderly conduct, brawl, fight, corrupt the public moral decency, and trespass, not a structure or conveyance. Bond set at $25. What say you, Mr. Forberik?
Judge, I did speak to her this morning. She indicated that she wanted to try to resolve the case today. I did not explain to her, and I apologize because I know the court asked me to do that. But
That's
I did not
fine.
explain
Don't
to her
worry
the
about it.
court costs.
So she wants to resolve it state?
She does.
Your Honor, it'd be a withhold on both counts.
Any special conditions?
No return to the location. It's 1 Panther Parkway, Sunrise, Florida 33323.
1 Panther Parkway, Sunrise.
Correct.
That is the,
It's a BB&T center.
just wanted to hear you say it. All right, ma'am,
Yes,
your
ma'am.
attorney has indicated to me that you want to resolve your case today.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
All right, Elise Hemsworth, Hemsworth.
Correct.
Okay,
Your
put
Honor.
your hand down. Did you watch a video today before coming to court?
I did, Your Honor.
All right, and did you understand all the rights that you'd be giving up if you admit to the charge today?
Not really. I've never been arrested before. I don't really understand any of this.
All right, so let me ask you a series of questions, all right? So it's my understanding you want to give up your right to a trial and resolve your case today. Is that
I
correct?
did. That's correct, Your Honor. Yes.
All right, is anyone forcing you to do this?
No, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol or drugs?
No, Your Honor.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
I'm currently being treated.
Okay, so don't tell me what your mental illness is, but does your mental illness affect your ability to understand what's going on here today?
No, Your Honor.
You've had enough of time to speak to Mr. Forberik, the public defender, your attorney, who's in the courtroom with me. Have you had enough of time to speak to Mr. Forberik? Do you have any further questions of him?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea to this charge can result in deportation proceedings and affect your ability to remain in the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and you understand that if you don't pay the $293 in court costs, I'll give you 6 months to pay that. If you don't pay that, your driver's license will be suspended, and in addition to that, you will be arrested if you're caught driving while your license is suspended. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and there'll also be a $25 late fee imposed. Do you understand that as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, understanding what I just explained to you, do you want to plead guilty, not guilty, no contest to disorderly conduct, trespass, property, not a structure or conveyance? Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
I've never done this. I don't know.
Okay,
Where's,
hold on, Mr. Forberik. We're gonna have to pay attention over here. She doesn't know. She
Please.
said she's never done this before, and she doesn't know whether to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. No contest, ma'am, is not saying you did it. It's not saying you didn't do it. It's saying for all intensive purposes for today, you just want to resolve your case. If you want, that's the purpose of all these questions. If you want to come back and fight your case, you can. I'll let you out of jail today. I don't want you pleading to a charge just because you can't afford a $25 bond.
Your Honor, look, I'm a veteran. I want to pay whatever fees I need to pay and be done with this.
Okay,
I don't
so,
recall doing anything.
okay, Mr. Forberik,
Judge, I did speak to her about it. I've also read the probable cause affidavit that I did indicate to her what the charges were, what they were for, where they were at. She did indicate to me that she wanted to try to resolve this today. I would just tell her, or I can enter a no contest plea on her behalf. That's in your best interest. Again, you're not admitting or denying anything. You're just simply saying you don't want to fight the charges because you just want to move on from here.
I'd like to plead no contest, Your Honor.
to both charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file, finds probable cause for the plea. Court takes judicial notice of the time that she served in the Broward County Jail. Withhold of adjudication, which means no conviction on each count. Court costs of $293. I'll give you 6 months to pay. No return to the BB&T Center, ma'am. 1 Panther Parkway, Sunrise, Florida, for 1 year, okay? You have 30
Yes,
days
ma'am.
to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. You're done with this case. Good luck to you. Pay your
Thank
court
you.
costs online, okay? You can make partial payments.
Thank you,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
Mr. McLaurin, who do you have? Step up.
Judge, I have Michael Fields. He's in the main jail,
Okay, and who else?
and
Is he after that?
Ferdinand De Phillips. Yes, Mr. De Phillips is at North Broward.
Okay. What about Michael Fields?
Yes, Judge, that's the first person I have.
Okay, and where are they?
Michael Fields is in the main jail.
All right, Michael Fields, step up, and then we're gonna have Ferdinand De Phillips. Okay, are you Michael Fields?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Fields, you have a capious misdemeanor for soliciting on public right-of-way. You have two civil traffic infractions, standing in road, and I'm assuming. Standing in road, soliciting, and pedestrian leave a place of safety. So are these civil traffic infractions 2 and 3, Mr. McLaurin?
That's what it looks like, Judge.
Okay. All right. Okay, so bond set at $25. Court finds probable cause. What are we doing with this, Mr. McLaurin?
Judge, Mr. Fields would like to resolve. He claims that he has a 90-day program waiting on him in Port St. Lucie for drug and alcohol rehabilitation. Judge, the only thing I wanted to let the court know, he does have another case that's open. It doesn't have a court date as yet. Normally, I would ask the court to resolve both of them at the afternoon session, but he claims that the driver from the Port St. Lucie area is coming down to pick him up today. So.
All right, hold on one moment. Approach. So, Mr. Fields,
Yes,
your attorney told me that you want to resolve 2 different cases today. Case number 186004 MO10A, which is a panhandling charge, and that you want to resolve this case of solicitation and display on public right-of-way, which is panhandling as well. Is that correct,
Yes.
sir? Raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Absolutely.
All right, put your hand down. It's my understanding you want to resolve both your cases today, sir?
Yes, absolutely.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, I'm not.
You're doing this freely and voluntarily?
Absolutely.
Did you watch a video today, sir? Before court?
Yes.
All right, you understand all the rights you're giving up?
Yes.
All right. I have concerns that people aren't seeing this video. I mean, they gotta start watching this video. So, all right, sir. You ever been treated for a mental illness?
Mental illness, no. A drug and alcohol program.
All right. You doing this, you have enough of time to speak to Mr. McLaurin?
Yes, I'm supposed to go to a drug and alcohol program today for 90 days to get myself and my life together in my act.
All right, well, I hope you do, sir, and I wish you the best of luck in that. So how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest to soliciting on public right-of-way and panhandling?
I guess no contact.
You can't guess, you have to be sure. Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No contest.
All right, if you want a trial, I can give you one.
No, I don't want a trial.
Okay, so you want to resolve your case
Guilty.
today?
Yes.
All right, no contest plea. Court's gonna accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court files, finds probable cause for the plea, adjudication and time served. $78 in court costs on each case. So we'll do a change of plea, no contest in 18-6004 MO 10A. For panhandling, solicitation,
Just the appointment order.
don't we have a blank form, Madam Clerk? You have blank ones for, hold on a moment, you have blank ones for the change of pleas, right? All right, we'll give you an order.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, court's gonna appoint Mr. McLawrence in both of these. You can't even read this case number on the second one. Okay, just give me a moment. So adjudication time served, $78 in court costs each case. I'll give you 6 months to pay. If you don't pay, sir, then your driver's license will be suspended, okay? And if you're,
Within 6 months, I should be able to pay that, no problem.
all right, it's 78 times 2,
Okay.
because $78 in each case, okay? So if you don't,
problem.
so if you don't pay it, then your driver's license is gonna get suspended. And if you drive while your license is suspended, then you get arrested, and then you have a $25 late fee. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Good luck to you.
Just a very quick question, the civil traffic citations, are you
The
gonna
court will
dismiss
dismiss
those?
those, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Sheila, I heard you over there. Is there anything else you need? The clerk's gonna do a disposition for you. Huh? Yeah, no problem. All right. Ferdinand DePhillips, I wrote the case number on there for you.
He's a North Broward, Judge.
See it? Right here. It's 18-6004.
Oh, that's the other one you wanted.
Yeah, and then it's just 78 each count,
Okay,
and I put adjudication files. You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Ferdinand John DePhillips, sir?
Yes,
Okay, he has 3 capious misdemeanors, $100 each. Okay, I'm not gonna resolve this case today, Mr. McLawrence. He's gotta go to the division and do something.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So, sir, you have 3 bonds, $300. I don't know if this is appropriate for Judge Wren, or if he's been there before. It's up to, I'll leave it in your discretion.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Oh, you do have, sir, you do have a court date, July 9th, which is this coming Monday at 10 a.m. Thank you. Takia Nicole Rogers, please. Takia Nicole Rogers, where is she?
I'm here.
Paul Ryan. Hello, ma'am, how are you?
Good morning, Judge.
All right, ma'am, you have a petty theft between $100 and $300 value, $500 bond, you no-showed at arraignment on 3/25/15. State or defense?
Judge, I did speak to her this morning. She indicated that she wants to try to resolve the matter. She lives in Miami.
Okay, state what's your offer?
Your Honor, the state's offer would be an adjudication, 5 days, Broward County Jail, no return to the location. She does have she has 4 petty thefts, 2 of which were, well, one was an adjudication, another 2015 was a withhold. She has a pending petty theft here in Broward County. She has another 2013 petty theft was a withhold.
Judge, I would just ask if the court would consider time served in this matter.
Okay, not with everything that she has, so adjudication 5 days, with credit for time served if she wants to take it.
Ma'am, do you want to accept that plea offer?
I don't understand it.
You would have a conviction on your record, you would be adjudicated guilty, and you would do 5 days in the Broward County Jail with credit time served. So you would have a day or two in, you would have 3 to 4 more days to serve.
3 days, if
3
she got
days to
arrested
serve.
yesterday. Plus, she might have other credit when she initially got arrested.
Yeah.
Sheila, how much time does, Miss? What about the day she initially got arrested? All right, so I'll do 4 days.
Okay, so you would be out in 3 days, basically. Today's Thursday, so you would be out at the end of the weekend by Monday.
Yeah, I have work. So,
Can she afford the $500 bond?
Post your bond?
$100 should have to pay. It's a minimum. Do
What's that?
you have money in your property, ma'am?
not in my property, but I do have money in my account.
All right, is there anybody you can contact? Maybe she has a
Yes.
debit card? She can self-bond.
You understand, you wanna do that, you wanna bond out, and then I know that you live in Miami and it's kind of a problem to get back and forth, but if you don't wanna do, what the courts
If I
offer.
sit 4 days, I lose my job.
I totally understand that, ma'am, you can fight the charges, I just know that you told me it was a problem coming back and forth from Miami, but if you can post the bond, then you should post the bond,
No return to where state.
okay?
Yes.
Do you need a phone order to call anybody?
Yes.
All right, so we'll allow you access to your phone. Deputy at Paul Ryan, make sure that Ms. Rogers gets to access her phone for a phone number to bond out.
And Your Honor, that address is 11300 West Sample Road.
And what's the name of the store? I think it said, yeah, for petty theft. Is that Coconut Creek or Pompano Beach?
One moment, Your Honor.
And do you know the phone number that you're gonna call to ask somebody to help bond you out, or do you have a debit card? You can use?
Yes.
You know the number?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, so can you self-bond? Can you
I have the money, just not on my person at
Okay,
jail. I gave everything to my family when they arrested me. So my family's actually waiting for the
Why don't you get
to
their
find
number
out
and
what's
call
going
them, Mr.
on.
Forbear?
Okay. What's your family's number? I'll let them know what happened.
786.
Okay? Wait, you know what? Let me do this. Let me call you on the phone, okay? I'm gonna call you right now, okay?
Okay, go to your left, ma'am. Okay, state. 11300 West Sample Road, what town?
One moment, Your Honor, I'm trying to find it. We don't have it in the packet.
I know, but maybe you can find it online.
11300 West Sample Road. It's
Coral Springs, Your Honor?
It's Coral Springs, okay. We need to tell her one other thing, so make sure she comes back. Okay, ma'am, you're not to return to 11300 West Sample Road, Coral Springs, Florida. Also, I want to verify your address, 2139 Northwest 92nd Street, Miami.
Yes.
Look for your court
That's my
date in the
correct.
mail. If you don't show up, you're going to get another warrant for your arrest. Thank you. Jessica Camacho.
No problem.
Okay, Ms. Camacho, how are you this morning, ma'am?
Okay.
All right, you have a petty theft at Capias for $500 for petty theft. What are we doing with this? You no-showed at arraignment, March 26, 2018. Your mailing address, 461 Northwest 76th Ave, 101 Margate? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yes, that's my address.
Okay. All right, so you have a $500 bond. Court finds probable cause for the arrest. What are we doing here, Mr. Forberick? Do
Judge,
you
I
have a
had an
case?
opportunity to speak to her, this morning.
Down.
She indicated to me that she is she's lived here all of her life, that she has 3 children, ages 6, 2, and 1. She currently has no money. She also, is not currently working. She does have family here that can help her post the bond. I don't know if she wants to try to resolve the case or not. I didn't make a note of that.
All right, so maybe you want to inquire.
Ma'am, do you want to try to resolve the case today, or would you prefer to bond out and then fight the charges once you get out?
I mean, I'm not sure if I don't know
All right,
what
why don't you speak to her? Because you're also gonna have to tell her if she gets, arrested again, it can be charged as a felony, and I don't know if she has anything else pending or anything like that, so.
What was the actual charge? I don't have it.
Petty theft.
Yeah, you can give me 1 second.
Do you know what page it is? Okay.
She said 2014. I don't know who.
Macho, come on.
Oh, okay.
Did you get a copy of the probable cause affidavit from the state, from, Mr. Forberick? Okay. All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we take one person at a turn? Page 14, Christian Manuel Silva Yanton. We have private counsel here.
On Attorney McGuire on his behalf.
Okay. Do you have a business card?
I do.
Okay. All right, where is Christian Yanton?
He's in the main jail.
Main jail, Mr. Yanton?
Mr. Yanton, come on up.
He has
Mr.
private
Silva,
counsel
Yanton.
here. Thank you so much.
Page 14.
Pero, ¿es Patty?
Okay, are you Mr. Silva Yanton?
He's
Sir?
gonna be requiring a Spanish interpreter, Judge.
Do you know he requires a Spanish interpreter?
I was not aware.
All right, so tell him to have a seat. We'll call when Mr. Forberick calling. Sorry.
Toma asiento, van a llamar a un intérprete.
Do we know anybody else while we're doing this? I might as well pull them all now.
Files for prosecutor, files.
Let me inquire, Judge. I know
right.
we're gonna need an Arabic interpreter, Judge, and that gentleman's name is...
I've actually called, that was noticed, Judge, I called the interpreter's office. They can have somebody here at 10:30 this morning.
All right, so give me their name and what page?
Looking for it right now.
You call for a Spanish interpreter?
Spanish also, yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Arabic interpreter, the gentleman is Mr. Ali Alabas, and he is on page 17 of the docket. And let me inquire who else needs a Spanish interpreter.
Okay, so this is Arabic. I'm sorry, what page is that? 17, he said?
17, yes.
This is Arabic.
And Judge, there's gonna be another gentleman that requires services of a Spanish interpreter. His name is Fabian Garat, and right now I'm trying to locate his page so I can inform the court. Fabian Garat on page 12, Judge. And he informed me he has private counsel.
Who does he have? Because we have a Bruno Garat too.
Yes, and he also informed me he has private counsel, I believe the attorney's name is Salvomi. I believe my colleague contacted Mr. Forberick, we're trying to contact Mr. Forberick.
And the other gentleman, who's his attorney, or is it the same?
Salvomi, hold on 1 second. Señor, tu abogado servicio de...
So these are Spanish interpreters?
They speak Spanish, but they have private counsel.
Okay, they do speak, I can't hear you with this.
I'm sorry, yeah, they used to Spanish.
It's not you, it's the main jail. The sheriff just did it, okay. So what did you say? I'm sorry.
They both have private counsels, I'm trying to find the name of private, but they also speak Spanish.
All right, do you know, who's the name of the private counsel?
Mr. Garot's private counsel, Fabian's, is Mr. Savino. He doesn't know the first name, but it's Savino.
Okay, and what about, what
Mr.
about Bruno?
Bruno is his private counsel's last name is Salvomi. Different attorneys.
Does he know how to spell it? Does anybody know who hired these people? Do they have a family member? We're gonna reset these for 1 PM as well.
Yeah, what do you say, Salvoni for both?
No, the other one is Savino.
Savino?
Mr. McLaurin, you know a Mr. Savino or Salvamo?
No, Judge.
Thanks.
Perfect, thank you.
Hello,
Judge.
good morning.
Judge.
Yes,
Yeah, he gave me the phone number of his family, and she knows that who the private counsel is for both individuals. Do you want me to give you the number? Or
yeah,
I
sure,
can
give it
you
to, doesn't matter to me.
954.
We say so many numbers, so, yeah.
954-638-9454, and the person that's gonna answer is Jessica. And she knows both individuals, I guess, attorney's contact information.
Okay, so, Mr. Forberick, if you could call up and do us the favor and let us know, and whoever the attorneys are, I can call, but we need to reset them for this afternoon. All I have is the warrants to arrest, which basically say the victim's name and
No problem, our interviewer
the date.
indicated that the attorney's last name is Sabino, S-A-B-I-N-O.
S-A-B.
I-N-O.
All right, so you want to call up?
Sure, I'll find, this is, I guess, the family number.
Yeah. All right, so this is private counsel. Unless the attorneys want to waive their, but I still don't have the problem.
We're still waiting on that.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so Jessica, so who else do we have for Spanish? I only have one, besides the other one.
The two that I told you on page 14 and 12, Judge.
That's it?
Mr. Garot, yeah, that's the only two here
Okay.
at Maine.
All right,
that
let me
raised their
just
hand.
check and then we'll continue. North Broward, need a Spanish interpreter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we need Jessica Camacho back too. All right, Conti, need a Spanish interpreter?
No, ma'am.
All right, do you know if they watched the video today?
No, because I had nobody.
Okay, do you have anybody now?
No, I have nobody just in the morning session.
Okay, we'll see you this afternoon. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You are.
Okay, Paul Ryan, need a Spanish interpreter.
No, Your Honor.
All right, who's that person you have left there? Just tell me your name, ma'am, we'll come back to you.
Janicia Burke,
Spell your last name.
B-U-R-K-E.
Okay, deputy, you know what page she's on?
She should be, I think, next on docket.
What? Okay, we'll be back to you very shortly, okay? Thank you. All right, North Broward, we're going back to Camacho. We'll give you one moment, don't worry. We're gonna take the Spanish interpreter after this, so you.
Judge Dennis Bailey
yes, I have a list of. Let's see. I don't know who it is, I'm sorry. All right, so what are we doing with Ms. Camacho?
Judge, Ms. Camacho
And where did
indicated-
she go? She's sitting there hiding, okay.
She indicated, Judge, she wants to try to resolve this case today if possible. I did explain to her that if she were to pick up another petty theft charge, that it could enhance it to a felony. She said that she understood that. I explained kind of about the thing. I told her that her license could be suspended if she didn't pay the court costs within a 6-month period.
Okay. All right, so state, what is it that you're asking for on Ms. Camacho?
Your Honor, it'd be a withhold court cost, no return to 4121 West Commercial Boulevard, Tamarack, Florida, and into Publix.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your name is Jessica Camacho, Camacho?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you watch a video today?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. It's my understanding you wish to give up your right to a trial?
Yes.
All right, and you understand all the rights that you're giving up that was stated on the video?
Yes.
All right, you also understand that if you heard your attorney tell me if you get another theft charge, even though it might be a misdemeanor, they could charge it as a felony. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, so understanding what you've seen on the video and what we discussed today, how do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest to petty theft?
Guilty.
Guilty?
Ma'am, it's in your best interest to plead no contest to charges. That way you're not admitting anything or
I
denying
don't-
anything. No problem at all. I should have explained.
Okay, you want to plead no contest?
Yes.
You've had enough of time to speak to your attorney, Mr. Farbaric, who's here in the courtroom with me?
Yes.
All right, the court's going to accept your no contest plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea, withholds court costs $293, no return to the Publix at 4121 West Commercial Boulevard, Tamarack, Florida. The court takes judicial notice of the time that Ms. Camacho served in the Broward County Jail. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Pay your court costs of $293. You can go to thebrowardclerk.org and pay them in partial or full payments. Within 6 months, ma'am, your driver's license will be suspended. Good luck to you. Thank you. All right, let's bring the Spanish interpreter up. Let's call Christian Manuel Silva Yanton. Was that the main jail? Okay, raise your right hand, Madam Interpreter. Do you swear and/or affirm to translate from Spanish to English, English to Spanish to the best of your ability? Okay, and spell your last name?
Lopez.
Okay. Are you Mr. Christian Manuel Silva Yanton?
Señor, I'm sorry, what was the name?
Page 14.
Señor, ¿es usted el señor Silva Yanten?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, we have your attorney here. Can you announce your appearance for the record? All right, nice to see you today.
La señora abogada aquí presente en el tribunal anuncia su presencia y la señora juez le da la bienvenida.
Vale, gracias.
Thank you.
All right, so sir, you are charged with burglary, unoccupied structure, unarmed, and grand theft between $20,000 and $100,000.
Señor, lo acusan de entrada ilícita con fines delictivos a una edificación y no estaba armado. También lo acusan de hurto cuantioso entre $20,000 y $100,000.
And I'm telling you, sir, not to talk about the facts of your case. You have an attorney here today representing you.
Señor, quiero informar y quiero decir que usted no debe hablar de los hechos de su caso, puesto que usted tiene una abogada aquí presente que lo está representando.
You have the right to remain silent.
Okay.
Anything you say or do can and will be used against you.
Usted tiene derecho a permanecer callado y cualquier cosa que usted diga puede ser utilizada y será utilizada en contra suya.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, State, what are you recommending as far as bond?
Around $10,000 as this was a private residence.
Okay, I see that. Mother walked in with her toddler.
Yes. La señora juez le pide a la señora fiscal si tiene alguna recomendación en cuanto a fianza. La fiscal dice, sugiero que impongan una fianza de $10,000 debido a que esta era una residencia. La señora juez está leyendo, dice que en ese affidavit la madre tenía un niño pequeño y entraba a la casa en ese momento.
You don't have to stand. You don't have to stand, that's okay. I know you're looking at your screen over there.
We also asked for no victim contact and no return to 3201 West State Road 84.
La señora fiscal continúa hablando, señora juez. Queremos pedir que le ordenen que no haya contacto o comunicación con la víctima, que no regrese a la dirección 3201 West State Road 84.
Hold on, we're gonna go off the sidebar.
Never just said that, yeah.
I
Sí,
turned
señor.
it off before I allowed you to finish.
Right, yeah. Okay. Señor, un momento que la señora juez y los abogados van a tener una conferencia en privado. Un momento.
Okay, so sir, you are not to return to 1331 Ponce de Leon Drive, Fort Lauderdale. Do you understand?
Señor, la dirección a la que usted no debe regresar es la 1331 Ponce de León en Fort Lauderdale.
If you go back there, sir, you surely will be arrested.
Señor, si usted regresa ahí, de seguro lo van a volver a arrestar.
And you are to have no victim contact, direct or indirect,
No debe tener contacto o comunicación directa o
with the alleged
indirecta
victim in the case,
con la supuesta víctima en el caso.
with the initials SSM,
I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
SS, Sam, Mary.
Señor, la supuesta víctima dan solamente las iniciales SSM.
And that means no contact,
Eso
direct
quiere
or
decir-
indirect, and through third parties as well. Do you understand?
Eso lo que quiere decir es que usted no puede tener contacto o comunicación con esa víctima, ya sea directa o indirectamente o a través de una tercera persona.
And you are not to possess any firearms, ammunition, or weapons.
Y usted no debe tener en su tenencia armas de fuego, armas o munición.
So state is asking for a $10,000 bond on one,
La fiscal está pidiendo que se le imponga una fianza de $10,000 para la primera acusación,
$5,000 bond on two,
$5,000 de fianza para la segunda acusación.
Your Honor, I'd be requesting standard bond on both counts. I do understand that this is private residence, however, instructions, because we have the funds to post, $1,500 to a bondsman.
okay.
La señora, su señora abogada representándola a usted está aquí presente, le está hablando a la señora juez. Señora juez, quisiéramos pedir que le impongan una fianza estándar. Entiendo que esta era una residencia privada, pero le tengo que decir que mi cliente trabaja en construcción y no tiene los medios para pagar esa fianza, que sería el $1,500 a un fiancista. Pide que por favor le impongan la fianza de $10,000.
Okay, state, what's his priors?
He has no
Okay, anything further?
La señora juez le pregunta a la fiscal si hay algún antecedente suyo. La fiscal anuncia que no hay antecedentes y pide si hay algo más. No hay
Okay,
nada
is
más.
his home address 1622 Northwest First Court, Miami?
I'm so sorry now. 1622.
Northwest 1 Court, Miami.
Señor, la dirección a donde usted vive es 1622 Northwest 1 Corte en Miami.
Miami, Florida, sí, ok.
Yes, Miami, Florida. Okay.
Okay, this is what the court's gonna do. The court does have concern. He did go into someone's private residence.
Eso es lo que va a hacer el tribunal. El tribunal tiene preocupación de que usted sí entró a una residencia privada.
And I know these are only allegations at this point, obviously. They said that the items were valued at approximately $30,000, including a firearm. So the court's gonna set $10,000 bond on count 1, $5,000 bond on count 2 with all the other terms and conditions. This is without prejudice for him to go, obviously, before his division judge. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Señor, obviamente, dice la señora juez, obviamente estos son simplemente alegatos en este momento, pero de hecho el señor supuestamente entró a una residencia privada. Entonces lo que voy a hacer es que le voy a poner una fianza de $30,000 para la... I'm so sorry. So sorry, the interpreter just made a mistake.
10,000 or...
Yes, Your Honor. Que el monto de robo se estimó en $30,000, que incluía un arma mortífera. Además de esto, entonces le voy a imponer una fianza de $10,000 para la primera acusación, $5,000 para la segunda acusación, con todos los términos y condiciones, y anuncio a la señora juez que esto es sin perjuicio a lo juzgado. Usted puede ir ante el juez y pedir que le modifiquen.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Nice
Gracias,
seeing you.
señor. Buena
All
suerte.
right, so what are we doing? Did you get a hold of the 2 private attorneys for the Garretts?
It's actually one attorney, Judge, I didn't actually call the attorney, but what happened is that attorney, Sabino, is out on vacation. But Stephen Plant is covering. I don't have Plant's number, but Jessica was able to provide me with the other attorney's number, so I just wanted to make sure we were resetting it for 1 o'clock, so that I can, or
Yeah, we'll
1:30.
reset these gentlemen. It's 1 o'clock, have them here. I don't know if we have anybody, and I like everybody here at 1. We haven't gotten a list for, is there any way you can call Mr. Farnsworth and ask him if we have any extraditions? We didn't get a list today. Would you mind doing that, Keith? I'd appreciate it.
May the interpreter make an announcement, or
We
you will
already
call?
did.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you. I did it
Thanks.
before you got here.
Thanks so
But
much.
thank you. We'll see you this afternoon or somebody. Kimberly Nicole McVeigh, please. You're welcome.
Judge, I also just got the number for Stephen Plant, so I can inform him.
Okay, awesome.
No problem, John McVeigh.
Okay, McVeigh. Are you Kimberly McVeigh, ma'am?
Yes,
All right, you have burglary, occupied dwelling unarmed, and you have trespass, occupied structure or conveyance. Okay. State, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we'd be asking for a $7,000 bond, no victim contact, and no return to the property.
Okay, why such a high bond?
She has a previous trespass that was just 2 days before this incident at the same location. She has a previous trespass, 2018, was adjudicated, same location, and
Your Honor.
Ma'am, don't say anything yet.
Ma'am, we have an attorney here that,
and
that's representing you, okay?
And additionally, a 2009 violation of domestic violence injunction was a withhold. Additionally, the facts of the case, due to the fact that she was looking for the son, and she appears to have been gone into the home twice, that's the reasoning.
Judge, I can tell the court that Ms. McVeigh's lived here all of her life, that she's single, she has 6 children, one child that's 6 years old, I apologize. One child, 6 years old. She indicated that she's not currently working and has no money in the bank right now. She asked me to ask the court if the court would consider releasing her to pretrial release. She's hoping that somebody can help bond her out. She's not sure if they can or not, but I would ask the court, I think the only thing, and I apologize because I didn't catch all of it, but I think there was misdemeanor charges before. I don't believe she has any prior felonies. I didn't hear.
Well, I think it's trespassed. What's concerning me is she keeps going back to her father's residence, and he clearly doesn't want her there, and she was in and out the same day 2 times.
I understand that, Judge. I think that if the court were to tell her not to go back at this point, she knows that obviously if she got arrested again for being back there, she would, be back in the county jail again, which I know she doesn't want to be.
Well, the court told her on 6/26 not to go back there.
I would just ask the court if the court would consider releasing her to pretrial release. If the court's not inclined to do that, then I would just ask for a bond lower than the $7,000 that they're asking for, maybe $2,500.
All right, so count 1, $2,500 bond. Count 2, I don't have to set a bond. Ma'am, you are not to return to 6898 Northwest 12th, what is that, state? 12th Street.
12th Street Plantation, Florida.
You understand, ma'am? If you go back there, you're just gonna get arrested, and your bond is gonna keep going up. Thank you, good luck to you. Also, one other thing, ma'am, you don't have an address listed.
I have an address, ma'am. I mean, I did not trespass this time.
Okay, ma'am, don't talk about the facts of your case, okay? So, let me ask you a question. Where can you get mail?
I can get mail at the street behind it, 6898 Northwest 12th Court.
Okay, say it a little bit slower.
6898 Northwest 12th Court.
That's what she said last time, I'm pretty sure.
No,
So,
my mailing address was 6870 Northwest 12th Street.
okay, so 6898 Northwest 12th Court, Plantation, Florida. All right, so I'm gonna ask the clerk to update her address on this.
Your Honor, just
Yes.
for the record, the address that she's giving is the address that she's trespassed from. That's
I know.
6898 Southwest 12th Court is where you want your mail to go to.
Northwest 12th Court.
Okay, and 6898 Southwest 12th Street, Northwest 12th Street in Plantation is where you are not to return. Do you understand?
I understand.
All right, so clerk to update the defendant's address. Don't miss your court date, ma'am, and stay away from your father's. Good luck to you.
What's happening right now, though? I don't understand what was just said. What is the...
Okay, the bond amount is $2,500 on the 2 counts. You're not to return to the 6898 address. Do you understand?
I understand, but I wanted to plead not guilty to the charges.
You can't
'cause
plead
I
to a
wasn't
felony.
there.
We don't plead felony cases. This is a felony.
It's a felony now?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, though. I wasn't there.
All right, ma'am, don't talk about the facts of your case, okay? It's only if it appears on the face of it, if you violated the law. That's all today is. It's not your trial day, okay? Hold on a second, Mr. Plant. All right, thank you, ma'am. $2,500 bond. Don't go back there. Mr. Plant, the 2 cases you're covering, we need the Spanish interpreter.
One, we need the Spanish. I'm being told to come.
Well, we're gonna do them at the same time, obviously, so. Huh?
There's no extraditions today.
Okay, there are none? Because I thought he said, all right, so 1 o'clock.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you. Can you call up the interpreter's office and ask them if they could have someone here at 1? Thank you. Okay, Makisha McLean,
Good morning.
good morning, how are you?
Fine.
All right, you have petty theft, first degree, between 100 and 300. You do have a possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond. Court does find probable cause. Is your mailing address 3101 Northwest 174th Street, Miami Gardens?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state, what's her priors?
Your Honor, she has in 2016 a possession of cocaine, possession of oxycodone, and a possession of alprazolam. It was a withhold court cost on all 3 counts. 2016 petty theft, it was a withhold. 2017 petty theft, withhold, and the 2018 pending case in Miami-Dade County was an assault with an aggravated assault with a firearm and concealed.
What happened with that case?
It's still pending, Your Honor.
All right. All right, so ma'am, you had court scheduled for today in Miami. You better speak to your attorney. ROR on count 2. Thank you. Good luck to you, ma'am. Show up for court. Janika Burke.
Thank you.
All right, Your Honor.
Pardon? The grand theft? Yeah, I don't know why they did that if she has no bond holds, but. All right, ma'am, are you Janika Burke?
Yes, Janicia.
Janicia, I'm sorry. Okay, you have count 1, grand theft between $300 and $5,000. Court does find probable cause. You have probation violations. You have 2 no bond holds. And then I have a count 4, grand theft. Is that a duplicate? Is that correct? Hold on, ma'am. We have an attorney here. I'm just asking if the paperwork's correct, okay?
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking to me.
So there's only 1.
She posted bond on count 1 and count 4.
Okay, on her booking sheet, all I have is count 1 and it has SB and some numbers.
SB is surety bond.
Okay, so, and then she has probation violation.
And then she was add charged and she posted bond on count 4.
Where are her probation violations? Out of Indian River, I see.
One is Indian River and one is Interstate.
Okay,
2 different locations.
okay, so, ma'am, I don't know why someone posted your bonds if you have no bond holds. I think your cases are gonna have to be resolved here. So, Mr., are you represented by the public defender?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so did you file an application?
No.
Okay.
I just talked to him on the phone this morning, so I don't know.
All right,
what,
well, you
like,
need to
what's
fill
going on
out, we'll
because-
wait till he gets off the phone. How does she needs a public defender because this is what happened. She posted bond in both her grand thefts and she has 2 no bond holds. One's interstate and one's, out of Indian River. So she's gonna be getting no gain time. So you might wanna, she has to fill out an application, okay? So how does someone goes there or what do you do?
Right, so they'll send somebody out probably tomorrow. They'll get our stuff today and then they'll probably send somebody out there tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Harry Bonner, thank you, ma'am. Is that it for Paul Ryan?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you at 1 o'clock today. We have no extraditions at 1. So we'll start at 1 o'clock. Please make sure that who's ever there does watch the video. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Harry Bonner? Where's Harry Bonner, Mr. Romero?
He's approaching, Judge.
All right, and after him is Glenn Osceola. All right, Mr. Bonner, you have a warrant for petty theft. This was from a 7-Eleven dispute. Bond is set at $500, no show at arraignment. Court does find probable cause. What are we doing with this? He has a court date of July 17th.
Judge, in speaking with honor, he's asked me to ask the court if he would consider resolving his case today.
Don't worry about it. I do that all the time.
In your honor, the offer would be an adjudication, credit for time served, 5 days in Broward County Jail, and no return to the location. He does have 3 pending petty thefts here in Broward County. He has a felony petty theft he was adjudicated guilty in 2018. and a trespass on school property, 2017, guilty.
All right, he has other pending felonies, so I don't know what you wanna, other thefts. So you know what? I'm gonna leave his bond at 500. He has a court date before Judge Christopher Pohl, July 17th at 9 a.m. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Glenn Osceola, please.
Yeah, Mr. Osceola is here present, Judge.
All right.
He advised me he has private counsel, Mr. Danny Rosenberg.
Do you have his number, sir?
Yes, hold on. It's 954-330-9686.
Does he know you're in jail?
I don't know. He knew I was in Dade County Jail, but he don't know I'm in here yet.
Good morning, law office.
Yes, hi, this is Judge Malika. You're on speakerphone calling from First Appearance Court. Is there a private attorney by the name of Daniel Rosenberg there?
He's not at the office, but I can try to get him on his cell phone.
Sure, if you'd like, can you give me the cell phone and I'll call him? I'll give you a couple minutes to give him a call. Sure. Okay. Okay, tell him I'm gonna call him in a couple minutes. I have his client here, Glenn Osceola. Okay? Mollica. First Appearance Court, okay? All right, thank you. All right, sir, we're gonna have you take a seat. We'll give your attorney 1 minute, okay?
All right, thank
Just have a seat right there, the first seat. Noel Labari, please.
No problem, John.
I am Noel Labari.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
All right, you have trespass, occupied structure, or conveyance. Convenience bond is $100. Court finds probable cause. Court's gonna order no return to the Publix located at 4849 Coconut Creek Parkway, Coconut Creek, you understand?
Yes.
Judge, when I called over there, he indicated that he wanted to represent himself.
Okay, sir, you understand? You wanna represent yourself?
Yes.
Do you understand if you can't afford an attorney, the court will appoint an attorney?
I heard that, yes.
Thank you. All right, so sir, you have $100 bond. Can you afford to pay that bond?
Yes, I will.
How are you gonna pay it? Do you have the money in your property or are you gonna call someone?
I have the money in my property.
All right, does he need an order or?
No, he should be able to get down.
Okay, deputy at North Broward, how does Mr. Labari self-bond?
You got cash? I will have to get cash, but I think I said the wrong thing. I can get it.
Judge, usually what they do is they'll tell whoever's in their cell, whatever cell they're in, they let them know and then they get them down.
All right, sir, is your address, where is your address located? Where do you live?
I live in California. That's my place.
I understand, but how long have you been in Florida?
6 months. I go around praying.
Well, it says you've been permanently trespassed from there, and you keep going back, so this is what the court's gonna do. Court's gonna leave the bond at $100, no return to the Publix. Good luck to you, sir. You need to update, sir. I don't know if you have a mailing address, but you gotta go to browardclerk.org or come to one of the courthouses, any satellite, they'll tell you when your court date is. Put in your name, sir. Otherwise, you'll have a warrant for your arrest, and you'll just keep getting arrested. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kenneth Thompson?
Thompson's here at Main, Judge. She's approaching.
All right. Mr. Thompson, you have trespass, failure to leave property upon order by owner. Apparently you keep going back and don't comment, sir, to the 5510 West Oakland Park McDonald's in Lauderhill. They don't want you back there, sir. Court does find probable cause. Bond set at $25. What say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, Mr. Thompson is asking me if the court would consider resolving his case today. for
State,
time
what are you
served.
asking?
One moment, Your Honor.
Because he keeps going back there. This is it seems like the third time.
Your Honor, it'd be an adjudication, credit for time served, and no return.
Okay, court's not gonna accept that. Court would do 3 days, Broward County Jail, credit for time served. He can't go back there.
It's a McDonald's, correct?
Yes.
And that's where he goes to ask for food, I'm assuming? Would Your Honor consider, he advised me he is homeless. I do understand that if they trespass, he's not supposed to go back there, but the circumstances is basically he is homeless, he's asking for food. Judge, considering that, would Your Honor consider accepting the joint resolution between the state and the defense for time served?
No.
Okay, let me talk to him then, Judge. Hold on. Judge, at this time, speaking Mr. Thompson, he wishes to accept the court's offer as far as 3 days.
Okay. All right, sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth and it's not an offer?
Sure.
Okay, put your hand down. Is your name Kenneth Thompson? Thompson?
Yes.
All right, did you watch a video today, sir, on all the rights that you're giving up?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to trespass, failure to leave property upon order by owner? Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No contest.
You've had enough of time to speak to Mr. Romero?
Yes.
Mr. Romero is a gentleman standing next to you. That's your attorney. Okay, did you also, Mr. Romero also talk to you that the court has to impose $293 in court costs, and if you don't pay them, your driver's license are gonna be suspended and there's gonna be a late fee as well?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah or yes?
Yes.
Okay, you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Well, you're shrugging your shoulders and I wanna make sure that you're
Saying
doing.
yes. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Saying yes.
All right, do you agree not to return to the McDonald's?
Yes.
I don't know, sir, if you come back here again, it's not gonna be 3 days, Broward County Jail.
3 days.
Okay, how do you wish to plead? Trespass, failure to leave property upon order by owner. Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No contest.
Court's gonna accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Court's gonna adjudicate 3 days Broward County Jail with credit for time served, $293 in court costs, 6 months to pay. No return, sir, to the McDonald's, 5510 West Oakland Park in Lauderhill. You go back there, you're gonna get arrested again. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Thank you, good luck to you.
Judge, I'm going to be asking, considering he is homeless and the circumstances of this, would Your Honor give him 1 year to pay court costs?
No, thank you. Good luck to you,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
tonight. Okay, Glenn Osceola, please. Oh, wait, I
Mr.
called his
Osceola,
office.
Bishop Law Office of Daniel Rosenberg, PA. No one's available to take your call right now, but your call is very important to us. If this is an emergency, you may leave a message at the tone. If this is not an emergency, please hang up and dial our office at 954-356-0413. 954-356-0413. Thank you.
Danny Rosenberg, how may I direct your call?
Yes, hi. is this Daniel Rosenberg?
It's not. Give me one moment.
Good morning, law office.
Yes, hi, this is Judge Malika calling for Daniel Rosenberg.
Yes, Judge, I apologize. He just, I was trying to get him your message. He just texted me and said he's in another courtroom till about 10:30.
All right, can you have him come to the,
Way you can call him.
no, ask him if he can come down, he's at Broward Courthouse, right?
I'm not, sorry, I apologize. I'm at the office today. I'm not sure if he's in Miami-Dade County or Broward County this morning. I can let him, what room are you in if he is in Broward?
4155, but I have to advise Mr. Osceola, who's in front of me. I can also put him on our 1 PM docket for today. So, hold on one moment. Okay, so Mr. Osceola, we'll put we'll put it on a brief recall. They're gonna get back to me, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Junior Prosper, please. Come on, Mr. Prosper, let's go. Where is he?
He just stepped to the rest, now he's stepping back, Judge.
All right, and after him is gonna be Dayron Fuentes, and then we have Rodney Stream Wiggins. Then we have Henry Lee Lewis.
We're gonna ask the judge.
Okay, are you Junior Prosper, sir? Sir?
The judge is talking to you.
Okay, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for asking. Is your name Junior Prosper?
Yes.
All right, sir, you have trespassing, occupied structure, or conveyance. You're at the Shoppers Haven Shopping Center located in Pompano Beach, Florida. He's been previously trespassed from there 1 hour before this incident. And then he was inside Walgreens, allegedly causing a disturbance. Bond set at $100, court finds probable cause. What say you, State? Anything?
Nothing, Your Honor.
No return? Okay, sir, you're not to return to the Shoppers Haven, located at 3573 North Federal Highway, Pompano Beach. Can you afford the $100 bond?
No, I just wanted to plea and get time.
I'm not resolving it today, sir, but let's talk about bond. I have 2911 Northeast First Ave, Pompano Beach. What's that, Mr. Romero?
That's where he lives, Judge, and unfortunately, he is working for a labor pool. I believe the labor pool, he's advised me, is Trojan, but there's nobody that can post his bond, Judge. Considering this is a nonviolent offense, would you consider an R1 on Mr. Prosper's behalf?
State, does he have any prior failures to appear?
Failures to appear.
How does he support himself and live at a place and he doesn't have $100, Mr. Romero? He can't. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He doesn't have much money. It's like, you know what I'm saying, like 2-3 days of work and stuff. And then he's pretty much like responsibilities, like buying food and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? If he can get a chance to go to work, he'll be able to come up.
All right, I got you. Judge, it's a labor pool, as you know, it's whenever there's work. And so it's not a set time period or set hours, or it's a straight 9 to 5 type of job. I guess the economy is not as well as everyone's saying it is right now, because we see it every day, Judge. The reality, it's not. And unfortunately, $100 for him, it's something that he doesn't have.
Your Honor, he does have a 2013 failure to appear.
Pardon?
Palm Beach County. He has a 2013 failure to appear in Palm Beach.
7/13, you mean July 13th?
No, in April 17, 2013.
Okay, this is what the court will do. ROR him, no return. Sir, you go back there and you come back here again, you're gonna get arrested and you're just gonna, don't go back there. Do you understand?
Okay. Good luck, sir, okay?
Sir, do you understand? Hold
About 2
on.
weeks.
Sir,
Sir.
Correct. Yes, yes.
I asked you if you understand, not that you understand. You cannot go back to Shoppers Haven. Do you understand?
Understand.
Thank you. Drayen Fuentes, please.
Mr. Fuentes is approaching. He's here at Main, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Fuentes, you have a petty theft between $100 and $300. Bond set at $250. It's actually a capias. You no showed at arraignment. Court finds probable cause. What say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, Mr. Fuentes is asking for me to ask the court if you would consider resolving his case today.
Judge, he's been in prison. His release date, estimated release date is
July
July.
the 8th?
His EOS date is correct, 8th of July, Judge.
Okay.
And you want to resolve this case.
State, this is a 2017 case.
Yes, Your Honor. The offer would be an adjudication, court costs 15 days, Broward County Jail, no return to location. He does have a 2017 grand theft from Miami-Dade County he was adjudicated guilty on. The 2017 petty theft in Broward that's pending. A 2017 petty theft from Miami-Dade County. Oh, I apologize, that one's dropped. 2016 petty theft from Miami-Dade County was adjudicated guilty. A grand theft in 2015 from Miami-Dade County was adjudicated guilty. A 2014 grand theft in Miami-Dade County was adjudicated guilty.
Read me the factual basis of this case. He was to plea.
One moment.
Obviously, just the pertinent section. They're asking for an adjudication, court costs them 15 days.
Judge, as you heard, his...
Just let's hear what they say, what it is.
And Your Honor,
Yes, Judge.
on May 20, 2017 at 11605 Pines Boulevard, the defendant entered, I believe it is Macy's, selected merchandise, one purse and one bracelet valued at $218.50. The defendant placed the purse around his arm and concealed the bracelet within his front left pocket. The defendant exited the business with the merchandise, bypassing the registers and making no attempt to pay. The incident was observed by store LPO via CCTV. The defendant was stopped by the LPO outside and escorted back into the store. And the officer responded to the location. He was taken into custody.
Was the merchandise recovered?
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, what's the address? Macy's what?
It is 11605 Pines Boulevard, Pembroke Park, 33026.
All right, defense?
Judge, this happened approximately a year ago. He's been in custody now over 12 months. If this was such an important case for the state, I know they could have gotten a court order to have Mr. Fuentes
All right, tell me
actually
what it is you're
transported.
asking for, sir.
I'm asking for a time served, Judge.
Okay. All right, sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, your name is Dayron Fuentes, Fuentes.
Miguel, yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Fuentes, your attorney has told me you wish to give up your right to a trial and plead guilty or no contest to petty theft? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Did you watch a video today?
I tried to, but I had some stuff and I had to wipe my face. And when I came back, the video was kind of
All right,
But yes.
so let me just ask you a couple questions. We'll go through them. It's my understanding you want to give up your right to a trial, right? Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, Your
Are
Honor.
you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No, Your Honor.
Did you speak to Mr. Romero about the $293 in court costs, and if you don't pay it, your driver's license gets suspended and a $15 late fee, $25 late fee?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Judge Malika? Sure. Okay, perfect. Yes, he can take his time, okay? We're here for a little bit. Bye-bye. Okay, Mr. Osceola, your attorney's on his way physically to my courtroom, okay?
Mr. Osceola, you heard
As soon
that?
as he
Okay,
gets
cool.
here, we'll let you know. All right, I apologize, Mr. Fuentes. So have you ever been treated for a mental illness?
Not in the past few years, Your Honor.
All right, do you understand what's going on here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you speak to him, Mr. Romero, about if he gets 3 convictions? I mean, the third time if he gets arrested, I'm sorry. I was thinking of a driver's license.
I did, Judge, I did advise him upon his third conviction, the state could choose to file it as a felony, even though it could be a misdemeanor amount, but the state could go ahead and file it as a felony offense. Correct, Judge.
All right, and you understand, sir, if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea of his charge could result in deportation proceedings and affect your ability to remain in the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're satisfied with the advice of your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you need to speak to him any further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court is you're going to plead no contest to petty theft or guilty?
No contest, Your Honor.
Court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Adjudication, time served, $293 in court costs, 6 months to pay. No return, sir, to the Macy's, 11605 Pines Boulevard, Pembroke Park, Florida. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Rodney Wiggins. And after him is Henry Lee Lewis.
Sir Wiggins is approaching, Judge.
Mr. Wiggins, you have a criminal mischief between $200 and $1,000. This is the one that says dating violence, state, you were asking me.
Okay.
I don't know if it's... Okay, now I remember this, okay. So, bond is set at $100, court finds probable cause. What say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, considering the circumstances at this time, Judge, I know Mr. Wiggins has contacted his mother and thus was going to be posting his bond, so we have nothing to add at this time, Judge.
All right, is his address 1517 Northwest 3rd Way, Pompano?
Is that correct? Yes. Judge, Mr. Wiggins is now asking me to ask the court. He thinks if his mother could have afforded the bond would have already been posted. Since it's not showing that, he's asking me to ask Your Honor if you would consider an ROR.
Well, why don't we, hi, how are you? Did anybody speak to his mother? All right.
He did, I didn't.
Okay, and I'll tell you what, I'll leave the bond as is, and if his mother can't pay, set him for 1 o'clock today. Call her up, okay? Thank you. Hi.
Reset for 1 o'clock. Okay. Reset for 1 o'clock.
Well, I want to confirm that you called her, Mr. Romero.
Well, regardless of it, I'm gonna need a caller.
No, I know, I'm just saying. All right, Glenn Osceola, please.
Hey, and the bonds aren't yes.
We're leaving the bond as is, and we're resetting it for 1 p.m. Okay, Mr. Osceola, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Nice to see you, Mr. Rosenberg. We
Hey, Glenn.
finally have your attorney here.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good.
All right, so let me just tell you what he has. He has 2 capious traffics, capious misdemeanors. So the court does find probable cause for the rest. So Judge Poll issued three no bond holds. He is going before his division judge July 17th at 9 a.m.
Your Honor, here's the only request I have. I've been in front of Paul a few times. We're well aware of Glenn. He's supposed to appear, didn't appear for whatever reasons. I'm out of town the 17th. Is there a way that we can put him on this Tuesday? Judge Pohl, I'm sure wouldn't mind getting this case
Judge
done
Poll's
with.
going to be away at this county court judges conference.
So what is the earliest date you can put him on the docket? Because if I'm gonna have to send someone to sub in, I can work everything out with the state, then have a sub.
The only thing I could tell you is you could try to call Judge Poll's office
Okay.
and try to get him in earlier. Just call up Wendy, his JA. They might be able to, if he's in later on today or tomorrow, get him in early.
Okay. State wouldn't be able to resolve today. You have to check with the offers, because I have an offer on the table that would resolve it, but it involves county time, so it's not a problem. We can do that then. So Glenn, you're gonna have to call me please on my office line. I'm sorry, just 1 second. Call me on my office line and I'll explain to you. The earliest we can get on is July
17th.
17th. At that time, we'll resolve everything and get you out, but have somebody call me today and I'll discuss it with you further, okay?
Well, if you want to, I'll give you the two case numbers, Mr. Farberic. You can look at the two cases. You can go right upstairs to the 5th floor to Judge Poll and speak to Wendy. She might be able to get you in later on today or tomorrow, okay?
I'll see what I can do. All right, Glenn, if I can't get you in, give me a call later. Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Take
Okay,
care.
bye-bye. Henry Lee Lewis, please. Thank you. No. No bond holds are staying in place. Okay, Mr. Lewis, how are you, sir? You have operating. Fine, thank you. You have an operating without a valid license, $500 bond. All right, so this is what my probable cause affidavit. I observed Henry Lewis operating the listed vehicle. I don't have a listed vehicle on a public sidewalk. In any event, it's an operating without a valid license. It is a capias, so I'll find probable cause since it was found previously. There is a valid capias out. $500 bond. What say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, in speaking to Mr. Lewis, he wishes to ask the court if you would consider resolving his case today.
State?
Your Honor, it's an adjudication.
Adjudication, time served.
He wishes to accept
$293
the
in
state's
court
offer,
costs.
Judge. And court costs.
Tell him to me about a year, 'cause I just got out of an accident in the hospital. I was skint up, so I ain't working right now.
Okay, I'll let her know.
All right, well, you
Judge, he wishes to accept the state's offer, time served.
Okay.
We're gonna be requesting as far as court costs, to be extended from 6 months to a year to allow him to pay that.
All right, this is what the court's gonna do. He can start, I can't just give it to everybody summarily. So, let him write a letter to the division judge, let him go to browardclerk.org, okay? He can make partial payments, because I don't know when he's gonna get a job or anything, and his situation might change. So raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your name is Henry Lee Lewis?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, put your hand down. It's my understanding you wish to waive your right to a trial today, sir, and plead guilty or no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Did you watch a video today that described all
Yes,
the rights?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you giving up all those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the video?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how do you wish to
Video with
plead?
Mr. Robinson on there. Yes,
How do you wish to plead to operating without a valid DL? Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No contest.
Okay, Mr. Romero explained to you, and you heard me explain to other people, that if you don't pay these $293 in car costs within 6 months, your driver's license is going to be suspended in addition to a $25 late fee.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah,
so.
can I say something?
Sure.
Can I say, the vehicle that they saying I'm driving is not a vehicle, it's a dirt bike.
All right, well, this is the thing.
not a
Today's
vehicle.
not your trial day. If you want to fight your charges, you're going to have to go to court and fight your charges. So if you want to plead.
No. All right, have a nice day, man.
Hold on, we're not done. So how do you wish to plead to operating without a valid
No
DL?
contest.
No contest. Court's going to accept your plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Adjudication time served, $293 in court costs, 6 months to pay. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence to the court. If you can't pay the court costs, sir, then you can write a letter to whoever the division judge is. Go to browardclerk.org, put the case number, and tell them what your situation is, okay? Good luck to you. Alex Dumas Neves. And then we have Kevin Patrick Carroll, please. Okay, are you Mr. Neves?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that how you say it, or Nevis?
Nevis.
Nevis, okay. Sir, you have resisting an officer, obstructing without violence, trespass property, not a structure or conveyance, and you have a capious misdemeanor for $1,000, possession of cannabis under 20 grams. Judge Hurley, you failed to appear in court. Court does find probable cause. Total bond is $1,100. What say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, Mr. Nevis is asking me to ask the court if you would consider releasing him on pretrial release. Basically, he lives in Deerfield with his grandmother. What his grandmother does for a living is cleans houses. He's confident if she knew where he was that she would be trying to post his monetary bond. Unfortunately, when he was arrested, he didn't have his phone with him. So right now, he's assuming his grandmother has no idea where he's at. And right now, he doesn't have the phone number memorized in order for me to go ahead and contact his grandmother and alleviate her concern. He's currently working. He's a painter. So his wages fluctuate depending on the job. So Judge, we'd be asking you at this time, he was born here in Broward County. We'd ask you to consider on these nonviolent offenses to consider releasing him on pretrial release, Judge.
I'm not going to do that. It says he wasn't telling them his real name, and he admitted he lied because he had an active warrant. So that doesn't give the court comfort that he's going to appear in court.
Well, that's why I'm not asking for an ROR. Just what I'm asking for is pretrial release, considering those circumstances. I see on count 3, it's a capious, but it's a capious for a possession of cannabis offense. He's going to be under supervision. He's going to have to report. He's going to have to call in.
What's his address?
Judge, what's your address? I don't know the address. You don't have the address number?
Where do you live, sir?
Tivoli Park. It's I don't have my address. I don't know my address.
He doesn't have his address memorized.
You know what? I'm just not. This is what I'll do. I'll do 100 and 100. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Kevin Patrick Carroll.
Carroll's here, Judge at Maine.
Okay, Mr. Carroll, you have disorderly conduct, breach of the peace, $25, and then a defrauding an innkeeper with, under $300. There's no bond attached to that. The court does find probable cause. Court's going to order, sir, no return to the Riptide, 2300 North Surf Road, Hollywood, Florida. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You go back there, sir, you're going to be arrested. Okay, what say you, Mr. Romero, with regards to a $25 bond?
Judge, normally that would not be a problem for Mr. Carroll. Unfortunately, when he was arrested, his phone that he had with him, unfortunately, it's dead. And as you know here, their policy, they cannot charge his phone, so he can't contact his friend, family, anyone that would be able to, ready and willing able to post this $25 bond. He's a registered voter here in Broward County, Judge. He's been here since 2003. Would ask you to consider an outright ROR on Mr. Carroll's behalf, Judge.
How does he know his phone died?
He just told me my phone's dead.
How does he know that?
No, he advised me he has his charger, I guess, also in property. He could charge the phone, but I told him they're not just.
Okay, we know that, but the question is, was his phone dead? So if I send a deputy to go get his phone, it's not going to turn on?
No,
Okay.
it's been almost a day.
All right, ROR on count 1, no return to the Riptide, sir. Is your address, mailing address, 2101 Atlantic Shores Boulevard, 116 Hallandale Beach?
Yes, it is. 33009.
Okay, you going to show up for court, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Drew Thacker?
Mr. Thacker bonded, Judge.
Thank you. Trent Shirley. This is the Judge, Lerner Wren. That's a medical reset, I'm assuming. Yes. Patrick Lee Wells. She'll be back on Monday.
Wells is a medical reset.
Okay, and Dante Levon Bailey, please. Dante Levon Bailey.
Come on up, please.
Okay, Mr. Bailey, how are you, sir?
Okay.
All right, you have an aggravated battery on an officer, firefighter, EMT. We need to talk about bond. You have grand theft between $300 and $5,000, $1,000 bond. Resisting an officer with violence. We need to talk about bond. Count 4 is flee and elude a law enforcement officer, light siren active. $2,500 bond. Count 5, leaving the scene of a crash involving damage to property, $100 bond. Counts 6 and 8 are probation violations or community control. You have 2 no bond holds. And count 9 is grand theft between $300 and $5,000, $1,000 bond. You also have count 7, I skipped it, possession of cannabis 20 grams or less, $100 bond. And as I stated previously, court does find probable cause for all counts 1 through 9. What say you, State?
Your Honor, on count 1, we'd be asking for a $25,000 bond, and as to count 4, we'd be asking for a $10,000 bond, and the rest of the counts to remain. Count 4 is the fleeing and eluding.
What count 3 needs a bond?
Oh, count 3, $100 bond, and count 4, $10,000.
Okay, so 25 and 4, 25 and 10 you said?
Yes, Your Honor. And as to 3, I apologize, it is with violence. I thought it was the misdemeanor. We'd be asking for a $1,000 bond.
Okay, so 25,000, 1,000, and 10,000 on
Correct.
1, 3, and 4 respectively, right?
Correct.
Okay. And he has 2 no bond holds. You just read this again. Oh, I remember this. Okay.
Judge, in speaking to Mr. Bailey, the $25,000 bond, I believe they've suggested for count 1 and count 4, something that I'm not going to be able to afford. He's 26 years old, been residing here in South Florida his whole entire life. He works doing landscaping. He's been doing that for about 1 year now. Whenever the weather is good and he has lots of work, he can make about $100 a day. He lives in Fort Lauderdale. He rents a room. His monthly rent for the room is about $400. He is going to be contacting his mother to help post his bond. She drives school buses for a living. Judge, I'd be asking you to consider setting a bond on count 1 of $2,500 bond. We're okay with the state's suggestion as far as count 3, the $1,000 bond. But on count 4, I'd ask you to leave the standard bond, which is already in place at $2,500. And we do realize he has 2 no bond holds on count 6 and 8, Judge, which are out of Palm Beach.
Okay, this is what the court's going to do. The court has concerns. He knocked the officer over as he backed up, incapacitating the officer. And the door went over her head. In addition, when he fled, he lost control of his vehicle and struck an occupied parked vehicle. Therefore, on count 1, $25,000. On count 2, the court will do $999. On count 3, $999. On count 4, $24.99. Count 5, the court will do a $1 bond. No bond hold on 6. The cannabis is going to be a $1 bond. Count 8 is going to be a no bond hold. And count 9 is going to be $999. Thank you very much. Good luck to you. Do you need me to say those again, Sheila? No, I got it. Thank you. Next one is Tahir Kareem.
Mr. Turner has private counsel, Mr. Alan Sullivan. I believe my colleague here tried to contact Mr. Farberry to inform him.
Okay, we have, did you try to contact him, Mr. Sullivan?
No, I didn't, Judge. I just got the name, I didn't have a phone number.
All right, did you, oh, you can't look it up.
Oh, it's Alan, A-L-A-N, Judge, and the last name is spelled Solven, S-O-L-V-E-N.
All right, let me go to the Florida bar. I forgot Mr. Farberic doesn't have a computer.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Mr.
That's all
Forberg.
right. Yeah. All right, so it's A-L-A-N. Spell the last name, I'm sorry, Mr. Romero.
S-O-L-V-E-N.
S-O-L-V-E-N.
Sullivan. I put Sullivan.
No, S-O-L-V-E-N.
No, I'm saying initially.
Oh.
I have him out of, Vermont. But he's licensed here, so.
He's out of Dade County is what Mr. Turner's advised me. He's out of Dade County.
I have Sullivan at a Dade.
Dade County, so.
The first name is A-L-A-N, last name S-O-L-V-E-N.
F as in Frank or S as in Sam?
S as in Sally.
S-O-L-V-E-N. I don't have him here.
Alan Sullivan.
Who's the number that you have? Do you have?
No, I don't think he
His office is located in Miami-Dade, man. Downtown Miami.
Okay, let me do. I don't have anybody with that type of spelling. Who told you that he was representing you? Is there a family member? Thank you.
He always represented me, man, previously.
I know, but who? Where did he represent you in Broward County previously?
Yes.
All right. How long ago?
Last year.
Let's look up his. Can someone look up and see if they can find Attorney Sullivan's number for this gentleman? Look at his priors. All right, sir. Take a seat. We'll be with you in a moment. Okay. All right, so this is what, it's 10:43. I need to take a break for 5 minutes. Then we have the Arabic interpreter here, correct? Okay. We're going to take a break for 5 minutes, Mr. Romero. I need one. Okay, so we're back on the record.
Bless you, Judge.
Thank you, I actually coughed.
Oh,
Okay, all right, it's okay, thank you anyway. So Ali Alabas,
Yes, Judge.
page
he's here.
17, and you might want to go to page 17. All right, raise your right hand, Mr. Interpreter. Okay, do you swear and/or affirm to translate from English to Arabic and Arabic to English
I do.
to the best of your ability? State your first and last name, spell your last name
Michael
for the,
Abudaoud.
pardon?
Michael Abudaoud, Aboudaoud.
Okay. All right, good morning, Mr. Alabas.
Yes. I'm sorry, I can't see him.
He's,
Okay, thanks. If I may just ask him a very quick question, Your Honor?
sure.
Okay. السلام عليكم.
السلام ورحمة الله.
اوكي من وين حضرتك؟
من العراق.
اهلا وسهلا. Okay, أنا
Okay,
هكون
if you could
المترجم
translate what
تبعك
you just
اليوم.
asked him?
I just asked him where is he from.
Okay.
Just make sure what kind of dialect he speaks.
Okay, I understand. All right. So, Mr. Alabas, you're charged with possession of methamphetamine, $1,000 bond,
انت هون اليوم عشان في قضية ضدك انك كان معك ميثامفيتامين.
and drug paraphernalia, possess and/or use, no bond attached to
الأشياء
that.
اللي بيستعملوها للمخدرات.
So I can't hear you good.
I'm sorry, I can barely hear him.
You can talk a little bit louder in the microphone.
To the microphone.
Do you have the two charges in front of you?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Okay.
انت هون اليوم عشان القضية تبعك عشان كان قبضوا عليك ومعك ميثامفيتامين ومعك بعض الأشياء اللي بيستعملوها للمخدرات.
So there's $1,000 bond total.
فيحطوا الكفالة تبعك اليوم $1,000.
You have the right to remain silent.
إلك الحق إنك أنت تسكت وما تقول أي شيء.
Anything you say or do can and will be used against you.
أي شيء تقوله اليوم ممكن يستعملوه ضدك في هذه القضية.
We have Mr. Romero, who's standing next to you, who is from the Public Defender's Office. He's representing you today.
أستاذ روميرو اليوم اللي هو واقف جنبك هيكون المحامي تبعك لليوم.
Okay, Mr. Romero,
أستاذ روميرو.
I don't know if he can pay the $1,000 bond. I'm sure you couldn't communicate with him, or maybe you could.
أو هو يقدر يدفع $1,000 اليوم.
But I have his address as 5050 Farrell
بتقول له
Street,
العنوان تبعك.
number 22, San Francisco, California.
أنت ساكن بسان فرانسيسكو كاليفورنيا؟
No, Judge.
مش سامعك احكي بصوت عالي. Please speak in a loud tone of voice.
If I may.
Go ahead.
Judge, if the court has found probable cause.
Court finds probable cause.
Okay. Judge, I'm speaking with Mr. Alabas. He speaks some English. However, he feels more comfortable speaking in Arabic, so that's why I contacted an Arabic
بيقول لك
translator.
أنت بتحكي بالإنجليزي لكن تفضل إن إحنا نحكي اليوم بالعربي.
He's 45 years old.
أنت 45 سنة عندك.
He's been living here in the United States for the past 4 years.
بقالك 4 سنين عايش هون في الولايات المتحدة.
He's now here in South Florida. He's been here for 2 months.
أنت ساكن هلا بفلوريدا لمدة شهرين.
He's actually residing with a friend who resides in Miami.
أنت ساكن مع صديقك اللي هو يسكن في مدينة ميامي.
I believe he's kind of house sitting or apartment sitting his friend's house while his friend is out of town.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
He's house sitting while his friend is out of town.
اوكي بيقول انه صديقك مو موجود هون بيكون برا البلد مسافر.
At this time, Mr. Alabas is not working.
هلا بيقول انك انت ما بتشتغل ما عندك شغل.
He's a personal trainer by trade.
انت بتشتغل في التمرين او في الرياضة.
My understanding, he has limited contact with the criminal justice system. I believe this may be his first arrest.
Limited contact with who?
The criminal justice
بيقول انه ما عندك اي سوابق قبل.
right, what is it you're asking for, Mr. Romero?
He has his debit card and property. He believes he has $100, so I'm asking you, the court to consider reducing it from $1,000 to $100 so he can self-fund.
What's his
بيقول إن
address?
عندك $100 تقدر تحطها ككفالة إنه ما معك مصاري أكتر.
Do you have the address memorized of your friend's house in Miami?
هل عندك أنت العنوان تبع صديقك في ميامي؟
تقريبا شارع بسكين عند 71 ستريت.
71st Street and Biscayne.
Does he know the
هل بتعرف العنوان
street
الكامل؟
number?
وشارع 71 بس رقم البناية
71st Street.
Does he have anybody we can call and ask?
هل عندك أي حدا يقدر يتصلوا بيه ويعرفوا العنوان مظبوط أو العنوان بالكامل؟
خارج أمريكا. خارج أمريكا.
I'm very sorry. I'm having a very hard time listening to him on this, ma'am. Is there any way we can just put the volume up on that?
I can't, I don't control the volume.
Or maybe if the
Let me see.
attorney can put the microphone closer to him, where he can speak a little louder to the microphone. Okay, لو بتحكي قول لي تاني شو
Audio
قلت.
2, hold on. Audio
بصوت
from,
عالي.
let me raise it.
علي يحكي بصوت عالي.
Tell him to repeat himself.
Okay, بتقول لك عيد اللي قلته قبل.
ساكن في شارع بسكين شارع 71 تقاطع الثاني 4th Court.
This 24th Court and 71st Street, right by Biscayne.
Okay, is there anybody's number who we can call? Do you
هل
have
عندك-
anybody's number we can call to
هل عندك
verify the
رقم-
address?
هل عندك رقم أي حدا أو صديقك يمكن نقدر نتصل بيه ونعرف العنوان بالكامل؟
لا ما عندي أحد هنا.
No, I don't have anybody.
State, what do you have for prior history?
شو عندك بالنسبة للسوابق؟ ما عندنا أي شيء ما له سوابق.
I mean, it says he's from Iraq. It has San Francisco. He doesn't know his
أنت من العراق
exact address.
وكنت تسكن في سان فرانسيسكو بعدين هلا بتسكن هون وما بتعرف عنوانك هون.
And that's why, Judge, I didn't ask for an ROR. That's why I asked you to impose a monetary bond and
وعشان
reduce
كده
it from
أنا طلبت
$1,000 to
إن
$100.
هم يطلقوا سراحك وممكن يحطوا هذا الجهاز على إجرك عشان يعرفوا أنت فين موجود.
Okay, how is he gonna know when his next court date is?
إمتى بده يعرف أو كيف بدك أنت تعرف إمتى بدك تيجي تاني على المحكمة؟
I was
كيف
gonna
يقدر
explain it to
يتصلوا
him
بيك؟
through the interpreter to make it clear to him that basically it's gonna be his responsibility to
أنا
find out
هشرح
when,
له إنه هو لازم يعلم وأقول له التاريخ والوقت اللي هو لازم يرجع فيه للمحكمة وتكون هيدي شيء مهم بالنسبة له إنه هو يرجع.
And there's several ways. The first way, he applied with the public defender's office. There's going to be an attorney assigned to his case. He can contact our office. That's one.
وحيكون في محامي حيكون على اتصال بيك.
Did you give him the number?
هل أعطيته رقم التليفون؟
I'll give it to him right now, Judge.
No, you don't have to do it now. I'm just asking.
Hey, I'm not going to get a chance. You're going to leave him out, and then you're going to call the next person. So I got to do it now, Judge.
Okay, fine.
أنا هعطيله كل الأرقام هعطيله الأرقام اللي أنت تتصل بيها.
And what do they do when they call your office and they're speaking another language? This isn't like he speaks
بدها تعرف
Spanish
كيف
or French
هتتصل
or
بيه وتحكي معه أنت بالعربي.
I believe Mr. Romero said he speaks English and he'd be able to call and probably.
أستاذ روميرو المحامي اللي جنبك بيقول إنك أنت بتحكي شوية إنجليزي مظبوط؟
Second way is this, Judge.
Yes, I do.
He can actually come down here to the Broward County Courthouse and basically go to the clerk of courts and find
وتقدر
out.
تيجي أنت هون لبراود عشان تتقابل مع محامي.
Any courthouse.
Okay,
تقدر
tell him
تيجي
he can
لهون
go to
عشان
the
تتقابل
Hollywood
مع
courthouse
محامي.
and find out his address, his
You can go to the Hollywood
court date.
courthouse and find out.
أوكي بدك تعرف العنوان تبعك.
Does he have any address? It doesn't matter. I did the $100 bond. Is there any address that he can give of a family member or a friend that he knows by
كفالة
heart?
بدها تعرف لو في
that
أي
can get his
عنوان
court
لأي
date
حدا من
notice?
العائلة أو الأصحاب أو أي حد بتعرفه تقدر تعطيهم عنوان هذا الشخص.
عنواني سكن في ميامي.
No, anywhere in the United States.
بيقول لك أي عنوان يكونوا على اتصال بيك بدهم يعرفوا عنوان.
أنا عنواني الرئيسي اللي هو عنواني الموجود على سان فرانسيسكو. أنا يوم 17 هذا الشهر عندي موعد محكمة هجرة.
For the 17th of this month, okay, so far I have my address in San Francisco because I have an appointment on the 17th of this month at the immigration or the court immigration.
All right,
So I don't, no address.
$100 bond.
Okay,
Thank you,
هتحط لك
Judge.
$100 كفالة.
Good luck, sir.
Okay, الله معك.
Thank you so much. Do you have paperwork you need me to sign, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, come on up. Okay, Tahir Kareem Turner, please. Just over here.
Mr. Turner's approaching, Judge.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Very good. There you go. Thank you. Okay, we spoke to, or I spoke to during the break, to your attorney, Mr. Savin, and he says your family has not retained him, so what he's gonna do, we're gonna go ahead with the hearing today, and then if you want him to show up to court on July 10th, your family has to retain him, okay? So this is what you have. You have petty theft, first degree, $100 bond. Counts 2, 3, and 4 are passing a forged, altered bill or a promissory note, $1,000 bond on each one. 5 and 6 are probation violations. July 10th, in front of Judge Siegel at 8:30 a.m., the court finds probable cause. Court's gonna order no return, sir, to the Publix located at 150 East Hillsborough Boulevard. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so this is what the court will do on count one, $1, $1 on 2, $1 on 3, and $1 on 4. He has the 2 no bond holds, 5 and 6. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, you have a nice day, Your Honor.
You too.
Good luck, sir.
Brandon Acosta, please.
Mr. Costa's approaching, Judge. He's here, man.
All right, good morning. You have grand theft between $300 and $5,000, $1,000 bond. You have a capious misdemeanor, no bond hold. Court does find probable cause. Court's gonna set bond at $999. The no bond hold, I believe, is for Judge Zeller, July 10th, this Tuesday at 1:30. Good luck to you, sir. Jason
Mr.
Thompson,
Cox is
please.
gonna be asking, Judge, Mr. Cox is gonna be asking if the court would consider resolving count 2.
No. He has a no bond hold from Judge Zeller. Jason Thompson, please.
Mr. Thompson? Mr. Thompson. Come on up, sir. He's approaching, Judge.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Thompson, good morning, sir. All right, you have robbery with a weapon. We need to talk about bond. Aggravated battery caused bodily harm or disability. Count 3, a capious felony, and count 4 is a VOP pretrial felony. It says he violated by failing to be monitored by GPS. The defendant tampered with the device, rendering it inoperable, and he absconded from First Step Sober House. Court does find probable cause. What say you state on counts 1 and 2?
Your Honor, count 1, we're asking for 10,000, and on count 2, 20,000.
Okay, what's his prior history?
In 2007, resisting without violence. 2008, reckless driving. 2009, domestic battery by strangulation.
What happened with that? So tell me the disposition of the violent offenses. That's what I'd really like to know, like within the last 10 years. I'd like to know violent offenses within the last 10 years of disposition.
Okay, it appears this one was dropped, Your Honor.
It was dropped, okay. Yeah, because anybody can get arrested, so.
Another resisting in 2000.
So start from the top on this one and tell me what he's convicted of or adjudication withheld.
Okay. In 2017, robbery with a weapon. 2015, resisting without violence, trespass. 2014, escape, resisting without violence, and criminal mischief. 2013 was a VOP. 2012, trespass, possession of cocaine, and robbery without a weapon.
Well, no, return to where, because it appears that they were just walking.
Yes, but it was near the victim's property.
All right, so this is what the court's gonna order, no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials SAB. That means you're to have no contact, sir, are you listening to me?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Most
Okay, you're to
definitely.
have no contact in person, calling, texting, nothing on social media, and no contact through third parties with SAB. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, defense?
Judge, he's 29 years old, unfortunately financially indigent, he's homeless, he's not working, so, he can't afford any sort of bond, Judge.
All right, so court's gonna do $7,500 on one, and count two, the court's gonna do $5,000 bond, total of $12,500. He has two no bond holds on the KPS felony and the warrant VOP. Thank you, sir, good luck to you. Sean Maurice Hill, please.
Mr. Sean Hill, come on up, please.
Okay, Mr. Hill, you have two holds not for magistrate. You violated your VOP pretrial. You do have a petty theft, second degree, third subsequent offense. So court will do $1 bond on that. Court does find probable cause. Good luck to you, sir. Sure, he has two no bond holds on 1 and 2. Count 3 is $1.
No, Judge, on count, you can just advise that. On the count 1 and 2, even though it's not for magistrate. Count 1 was no info, grand theft. Count 2 was downfall for a misdemeanor, it still will be no bond. And, just have to let them know. It's just
Okay, did you hear that, sir?
So you're saying.
No, Judge, he.
Okay, so this is what he has. Count 1, he has a VOP pretrial felony. It's a no info, so there is no bond hold. And then
This isn't
count,
Mr. Sean Hill, this is Mr. Nathan Manas.
okay, let's get Sean Hill back.
Mr. Sean Hill, come on back,
Sorry about
sir.
that.
Count 2 is still no.
I understand, I'm gonna tell him. I heard you. All right, while we're waiting for him, let's take Nathan Manese. Come on up, Mr. Manese. Driving while licenses, you Mr. Manese?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you have driving while license is suspended. Counts 2 and 3 are no bond holds. Probation violations, you are going before your division judge, Judge Michael Usan, July 11th at 9 a.m. Court will set a $1 bond on the driving while license is suspended, and the court finds probable cause. So it's $1, no bond, no bond. You'll see your division judge, Judge Michael Usan, July 11th. Good luck to you, sir. All right, so do we have Sean Michael Hill back?
He's back.
Okay, Mr. Hill, let me clarify something. You have two VOP pretrials. You have two no bond holds. However, I was advised by confinement status that count 1 of the no bond hold is no infoed, which means, you can explain that to him, Mr. Romero. He still has the no bond hold on 2, and that has been downfiled from a felony to a misdemeanor. I don't know when he's going to court. Your office can make a note of this case and speak to whoever it is. I can give you the case number. It's 18-3659 CF10A. It's just a drug paraphernalia, possess and or use. If that's the only thing he has, the court would be open to resolving it, but I don't know if we can do that because it's still a felony case.
Well, if the felony portion has been no info, and all that is outstanding is a misdemeanor.
Hold on, both of you are talking at once. Go ahead, Mr. Romero.
Judge, let me talk to him, see if he's interested in resolving the paraphernalia charge offense today.
All right, Sheila, I'm sorry.
Count 1 and 2 is not for magistrate. Judge Hussein signed the pre-trial violation warrant. So he's only here 4 times.
All right, let's reset it to 1 o'clock. I'll speak to Judge Usan, okay?
Thank you.
State, do you show that that was downpiled?
Look on policy and see.
I mean, if that's all he has, I don't want him sitting in jail if he completed a charge and that's what he's gonna do.
No, I agree with you 100%, Judge. Thank you.
Check the 365.
I understand, I'm just, pardon?
Just because they changed the charge from downfall to misdemeanor has nothing to do with the fact that he violated the pretrial conditions. So, and again, he's not a magistrate.
I understand, I'll speak to Judge Usan, I heard you the first time. Okay, so we'll reset. Shane Ormsby,
Mr. Ormsby is here present.
I'm resetting him to 1 o'clock today.
Mr. John Hill, yes.
No,
This is Mr.
it's $1. All right, then we won't change it till then. We'll reset it for 1 o'clock, Sheila. You're welcome. Shane Bertram Ormsby. Okay, Mr. Ormsby, you have abuse of a child without great bodily harm. Count 2 is missile into a dwelling, vehicle, building, or aircraft. Court does find probable cause. All right, court's gonna order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victims in the case with the initials KP and RS. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, State, what are you requesting on count 1 and 2? $10,000 each one,
$10,000 each. Okay.
$20,000 total.
Judge, in speaking to Mr. Ormsby, that's something that he's not going to be able to afford. He's 30 years old, been residing in South Florida his whole entire life. At this time, I did advise him that most likely the court was going to impose no contact order. The alleged victim was living at the house that he was residing, so he's going to be living separate and apart. He's going to be residing with his girlfriend who resides in Miami. That's the person he's actually going to contact to help post his bond. She works as a security guard. He believes going through a bondsman that she can maybe afford if the court were to impose a $2,000 bond on count 1 and a $2,000 bond on count 2. That would be a total of $4,000, Judge. I believe he has had contact with the system, but it's been a number of years, Judge, so that's why we believe that's reasonable under the situation, Judge.
All right, court will set 3,000 on 1, 3,000 on 2, 6,000 total, no victim contact, direct or indirect, sir. Do you understand what that means? Can't go back to that residence. You are to have no contact in person, calling, texting, no contact through friends, relatives, or anybody through third parties. Nothing on social media, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Montrell Latrone Muff.
He's here.
Okay, Mr. Muff, you have drug paraphernalia, possess and/or use, $100 bond. Count 2 is possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond, illegal use of a credit card more than 2 times in 6 months, $100+ $1,000 bond. Count 4 is fraud or misrepresent, self-commit, personal ID, $3,500 bond, and petty theft, second degree, first offense, $25 bond. The court does find probable cause.
Your Honor, this defendant was placed on pretrial supervision day before yesterday. We had him in here on a second look, and this court placed him on pretrial supervision. So based on this court's final probable cause, we're gonna act on his pretrial status. We revoked in 187790.
Hold on, 1877.
CF10A.
Okay, can I see it, please?
Yes, I recognize that these are 5 counts. Counts 3 through 5, the date of incident was June 3rd, but count 1 and 2, the date of incident is July 4th. He was placed on pretrial on July 3rd.
I remember you informing the defendant that he was supposed to actually report to pretrial today. I have a copy of that order as well.
Okay, I'm gonna revoke his pretrial. Tell you
Shut
what,
that
once,
was I never was on pretrial. I never got a chance to report. I was supposed to report
but you
today
got arrested. That's the problem.
because they said I had a warrant for the 3 charges.
Correct. I don't think that new offense happened while he was out. They served him with the paperwork.
They said I had a warrant.
Actually, count 3, 4, and 5, that was from June 3rd. But if you look at the PC, count 1
They
and
picked me up
2
on
was
We're not
from
arguing
yesterday.
here. One person talks at a time. And you have an attorney to represent you, sir. If you want to talk and give up your right to being silent, then you can talk after your attorney. But for now, Ms. Patrice is talking from pretrial.
Yes, Your Honor, I did look that up, and I did notice that there actually were 2 PCs. And if you look at it, the one that said July 4th was for the possession of cocaine and the paraphernalia. And then there's another one that says June 3rd, which actually corresponds to counts 3, 4, and 5. So I agree that counts 3, 4, and 5 does not violate his pretrial condition, but counts 1 and 2, they do.
All right, they went into his pockets yesterday, and he had a green box of Newport cigarettes, which contained a glass pipe. It tested positive for crack cocaine. So, you know what? I am gonna revoke his pretrial. On the count 1, I'll do $100 bond, which is the misdemeanor, and the felony one, I'll do a $250 bond. That's case number 187790, CF10A, revoke his bond. And then on this case, what say you regarding counts 2, 3, 4, and 5? I can
3,
either
4,
do
and
$1,
5,
1 and 5, I can do ROR or $1, whatever you pick.
Well, if he's gonna have a monetary bond, Judge, $1.
All right, so what about counts 2, 3, and 4? The possession, illegal use of a credit card, and fraudulent or misrepresent.
We'd be asking for a $1 bond.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it, so I'll give $250 on 2, $100 on 3, and I will give $500 on count 4. So that's $1, $250, $100, $500, $1. Got that, Sheila? Do you need me to repeat it? All right, thank you. Next one is Scott Adam Montero, please. To who? Hopefully not the last gentleman.
No, I'm Montero.
Okay. All right, Mr. Montero, how are you, sir? All right, sir, let me just tell you what you're charged with, and then Mr. Romero, Mr. Forberic has a probable cause argument. So, sir, you have an assault on an officer, firefighter, EMT. There's no bond attached to that. You do have battery on an officer, firefighter, EMT. We need to talk about bond, and then you have count 3, resisting an officer without violence. Excuse me, there's no bond attached to that, so we need to talk about count 2. Go ahead.
Judge, my arguments to both counts 1 and count 2. Allegedly, what happened was
He threw a
officer-
football.
Yeah, they indicated that he threw a football. The officer wasn't facing that direction, therefore he couldn't have been in any kind of fear because he didn't see it coming, basically.
It says threw a football in my direction as I walked by and attempted to hit me in the back of the head with it.
That was what somebody told him, but what the officer sees, I think in the beginning, it says that as he's walking, it says it missed the back of his head by inches. So he didn't see it coming, so therefore he couldn't have been in fear at that point because the ball had already passed him. He had no idea until I think it was one of the witnesses.
So you're saying it can't be an aggravated battery if someone hit you with a hammer in the back of your head?
It didn't hit him,
and
so
you
I don't
don't
think
know?
there's, I don't think there's any battery there because it never struck him. It went inches by his head, so it never struck him. But number 2 is I don't know that he could have been in fear for an assault charge because he didn't see it coming. He only saw it after the threat or the danger would have been past him at that point.
Okay, no PC on number 1. Would you agree, State? Okay. What about count 2, State? So what are you saying, count 2?
I'm saying that it never struck him. It went inches by his ear.
So you're saying it's an attempt? Would you agree it's an attempt?
attempted battery, at a very minimum, I would say an attempted battery.
State? Sure, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna ROR him. So you still want your 48 hours? Doesn't matter to me. So PC on count 3 only. Okay, is your address 7111 Northwest 72nd Street, Tamarack?
Yes, that's correct, ma'am.
All right, look for your court date in the mail. You'll be ROR'd, sir. Good luck to you. Kyle Emery, please. You're getting out. Kyle Emery.
Come on up, Mr. Emery. He's approaching, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Emery, you have a petty theft first degree between $100 and $300, and then you have possession of an anti-shoplifting control device countermeasure. That's a felony. That's a $1,000 bond. Court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard?
Judge, as far as the anti-shoplifting control device, I haven't had an opportunity to read the PC affidavit. What are they alleging was the anti-shoplifting control device which was used?
Mr. Forberg? I'll let your colleague answer you.
Thank you, Judge.
I am going to order no return search of a target located at 5800 South University Drive. Do you understand?
Yes.
Hector, the allegation in the report says that he used a pocket knife to cut off the shoplifting device.
Judge, I think you're well familiar with the statute. Basically, the possession of controlled anti-shoplifting device needs to be exclusively designed to defeat the control device. As you know, pocket knife has many other uses, so I'd argue that there's no probable cause for the anti-shoplifting device, Judge.
Okay, respectfully, I'm going to not agree with that. It says he followed Emery to the electronics section where Emery used his pocket knife to cut off the shoplifting device from the pants. So, court does find probable cause, no return search of a target, with the address I mentioned in Davie, Florida. What say you regarding count 2, the $1,000 bond, Mr. Romero?
Judge, for mitigation purposes, once a case filer sees this, they're not going to file. I'd ask you to consider an ROR. Judge, he's a registered voter. This is his first arrest ever. Right
Is
now,
that
he's working
true?
as an Uber driver.
Okay, 1891 Southwest 81st Ave, North Lauderdale.
Is that your address?
Yes.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, ROR. No
Thank you,
return
Judge.
to the target. Wayne Paul Vmeyer. I'm sorry.
Vmeyer? Come on up, sir.
Vmeyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it Vmeyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Wayne Vmeyer, you have battery on a person 65 years of age or older. Court does find probable cause. Court is going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim, Alice Vmeyer. I believe that's your mother, or don't.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so, what say you, State? Okay, defense?
Judge, he's 55 years old. He works for a company called Ginn and Sons. It's an accordion shutter company. He's been there for about 6 years. Right now, he's gave me the phone number to his, coworker that's going to help post his monetary bond. He believes that maybe his coworker going through a bondsman can come up with about $200. So we're going to be respectfully asking for a $2,000 bond on this third-degree felony, Judge.
Sorry, State, what did you say you were asking for? All right, it says he punched his mother allegedly with a closed fist to her right shoulder. So court's going to do $3,500 bond, no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials AV. That means no calling, sir, texting. I don't know if your mother texts or uses social media, nothing in person, no writing, anything like that, and no contact, no passing messages to friends, other family members, or anybody. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, you're also not to possess any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. And if you do, sir, you would immediately surrender them upon your release to your local police department. Okay? That includes any permits for any carrying concealed firearms. Good luck to you, sir. Next one is Richard Henry Copeland.
Copeland, come on up, please.
Mr. Copeland, you have a possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond, DUI, third offense, over 10 years, $1,000 bond, refused to submit to a DUI test, driving while license is suspended, third or subsequent offense, and counts 5 and 6 are possession of open container in a motor vehicle and failure to drive in a single lane. The last two are not for magistrate. Total bond is $2,850. The court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard?
The only thing I'm gonna be asking, he advised me his girlfriend's gonna be posting his bond. Would your honor, not touch counts 1 and 2, but on counts 3 and 4, would your honor consider an R1 on 3 and 4 alone?
No. And I'll tell you what. Court is gonna put him on standard pretrial supervision. This is his third offense over 10 years. So no alcohol, intoxicants, random testing at your expense. Prescription medications are allowed. As prescribed. His address is 1517 Northwest 7th Lane. Yes, no, Pompano Beach?
Is that where you reside?
That's where I reside, but why I got to do pre-trial, ma'am?
Because, sir, this is your third DUI over 10 years.
Judge, I'm sorry, is there an ROR to pretrial release?
I am gonna have him pay $1,000 bond on 2. I'll do an ROR on count 1, count 3. I will do an ROR, I'm gonna leave count 5 in place, so he has $1,750 total. Sir, you have to report to standard pretrial supervision within 24 hours of your release. You are gonna be tested for alcohol and intoxicants randomly, and that's gonna be at your expense. Good luck to you, sir. Yasha Alexander Gomez.
Judge, Yasha Gomez bondage.
Okay, perfect. Willie Stuckey, please.
He's approaching.
And I do find probable cause for the arrest. Willie Stuckey, you have aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. The court does find probable cause. Court is going to order no victim contact, sir, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials JD. Do you understand what no contact, direct or indirect means? If you don't, sir, I'll be more than happy to explain it to you.
I understand, ma'am.
Okay, so it's no contact with the alleged victim with the initials JD. What say you state on count 1 and any other special conditions?
$10,000, and additionally, we're asking for no weapons and no return to 3300 Spanish Moss Terrace, apartment number 310.
Hold on. Apartment 310.
Miss Man of Lauderhill, Florida.
Okay, go ahead, state. I mean defense. Sorry.
I didn't hear what the state suggested.
State, can you
as far as
repeat
the
yourself?
monetary bonding.
$10,000, no return and no victim contact. And surrender any firearms, ammunitions, or weapons.
No objection as to those conditions, Judge. What we're going to be asking for is the court to reconsider the bond. He's not going to be able to afford the $10,000. Judge, he's from Alabama. He's relocated down here to South Florida. His wife basically is the one working. She relocated for work purposes. She works for a company called Prime Lending. She makes about $500 per week. That's the person he's gonna be contacted to help post his monetary bond. At this time, Mr. Stuckey is currently looking for work. So Judge, I believe his last contact with the criminal justice system was a number of years, I believe over 3 years ago. He's 48 years old. Judge, we'd be asking you to consider somewhere around the neighborhood of $1,500 on Mr. Stuckey's behalf.
Okay, this is what the court's gonna do. Court's also gonna include in the no victim contact, no contact with the two alleged witnesses in the case. And that's because they saw the defendant waving the gun in the air while arguing with the victim, causing them to feel scared as well. So court's gonna set a $3,500 bond on count 1. Court is gonna do an open schedule, a GPS open schedule. He's to maintain a minimum (1 mile) from the victim's home, work, and school. Thank you. Luck to you, sir. John, no firearms, ammunition, or, sir, Mr. Romero, no weapons, firearms, or ammunition, sir, no possession of any, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge,
Okay.
what we're gonna be asking, Mr. Stuckey's advised me of this, Judge. Right now, he's, from what he informed me, he's looking for work. When he finds work, my understanding is, I guess he has to go back to Alabama to clear up whatever matters need to be cleared up over there in order to return. So Judge, would you reconsider deleting, pretrial release?
No, GPS open schedule, sorry. Thank you. Not based on the allegations. Jonathan Fernandez, please. Jonathan Fernandez, step up, come on. And then we have Kenneth Cortez.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Mr. Romero?
No, this is Mr. Fernandez, Judge.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Fernandez, you have an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill and touch or strike battery, $1,000 bond. Court does find probable cause. Court is going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials JEL. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do, Your
Do you
Honor.
need me to explain what no victim contact, direct or indirect means? Because I don't mind doing it.
No, you don't.
Okay. All right, make sure that's no contact through third parties as well, sir. State, what are you recommending on count 1? And the court does find probable cause.
$5,000, Your Honor, in addition to no return to 2638 Northwest 98th Lane. And that's in Coral Springs, as well as surrendering any of the weapons.
Okay,
Judge, what was the monetary bond? Because I couldn't hear the state. 5,000?
can you talk a little louder in your microphone when you do talk?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I didn't see, how long has this one been here? Oh, I didn't see them there, sorry. Okay, so let me tell you, no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials JEL, no return, sir, to 2638 Northwest 98th Lane, Coral Springs, Florida. And they're also asking for no firearms, ammunition, or weapons, and that you immediately surrender them if you have any, including any permits to carry a concealed firearm immediately upon your release. So go ahead, Mr. Romero.
Judge, we're going to be asking, that's a little bit more than Mr. Fernandez can afford. He's a registered voter here in Broward County. He works for a company called MGC Roofing. He's been there for about 2 years. He's 37 years old. He's been residing in South Florida since 1987. He's going to be actually, he's a single father. He has a 5-year-old child right now. The 5-year-old child is with the mom. Judge, he's going to be contacting his parents to help post his bond. They're retired, so he has they have limited income. Based on that, Judge, we're going to be asking for a $2,500 bond on count 1 and leaving the bond in place on count 2, $1,000. So $3,500 bond we believe is reasonable. He's gonna be coming back to court, Judge. That's what the defense is asking for.
Okay, what's his priors?
Your Honor, in 2000, he had a VOP for a petty theft.
Anything substantial?
There's a DUI that he was adjudicated
All
on.
right, so this is what the court's gonna do. I understand. Court does have concern, the allegations are really serious. It says that he took a handgun and put it to someone's forehead, and there's witnesses. And said he was gonna kill them. So I'll tell you what, court's gonna do a $7,500 bond based on the allegations and nature of the offense on count 1, count 2, the court will do an ROR, no victim contact, no return, to 2638 Northwest 98th Lane, and no firearms, ammunition, or weapons, and you immediately surrender them, sir, to your local police department immediately upon your release. Thank you. Kenneth Matthew Cortez. Come on up, Mr. Cortez, and then we have Robert Nolan Young. Okay,
Mr. Cortez is here, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Cortez, you have possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, $100 bond, counts 2 and 3, do not require any bonds, driving while license is suspended, first offense, failure to wear a safety belt, civil traffic infraction. Counts 4 and 5, though, are probation violations. You are going this Tuesday, July 10th, at 9 a.m. before your division judge, Judge Michael Lynch. On your charges, $1 on 1 or ROR?
$1, Judge.
$1 on count 1, since he has the no bond holds. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Robert Nolan Young, please. Robert Nolan Young.
I believe medical line, Judge.
Okay, Michael Gordon Lane, please.
No problem, Your Honor.
Okay, North Broward. What about Earl Outlaw? Is that a medical reset again?
Yes, ma'am, he is.
Okay, so let me just pass that one on. Okay, Michael Gordon Lane, sir, you have grand theft, 5,000 or more, but less than 10. Fraud, attempt to use ID of another person without consent, 2 counts, 2 charges for that. $3,000 bond total. The court does find probable cause. What say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, actually, I spoke to him.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Farbarek.
Judge, he's lived here all of his life that he's married. He has 2 kids that are age 12 and 9 that he supports. Currently, he's not working. He doesn't have any money. He does have family members that live here in the area. He's hoping that somebody's going to be able to help him, but he's not sure whether they will or not. I would ask the court to consider RORing him in light of the fact that he doesn't have any money at this time.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, he does have a pending felony case in front of Judge Lynch.
For what?
It's a fraudulent use of ID.
No, I'm not going to do it then.
I would just ask the court to reduce the bond as much as it would see fit.
He wanted to take $9,200. All right, so this is what the court's going to do. No victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials GF. Court's going to leave bond at $1,000 on 1, $1,000 on 2. I'll set $1 on 3, just in case. Okay, if not, we can revisit it, but he does have a pending case, and it appears there's a little bit more meets the eye to what's going on here. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Nigel Maurice Richardson, please.
He's here at Main, Judge.
Okay, and state on Sean Morris Hill, can you see if there's any information regarding the misdemeanor charge, the down file? Nigel Maurice Richardson.
He's here, Main.
Okay, sir, you have robbery, firearm, no bond. Use two-way communication device to facilitate a felony, no bond. Count 3, possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted Florida felon, no bond. You did request a reset on 7/3, I believe, to hire a private attorney. So is he going to use you for purposes of today?
He wasn't able to, his family wasn't able to hire a private attorney, so at this time he did sign up with the public defender's office, Judge.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so state, what say you on counts 1, 2, and 3?
Your Honor, we'd be asking for you to find proof that evidence is not complete on count 1 and
Okay. Any special conditions? Okay, can I have the victim's initials, please? Okay, they're gonna order no victim contact, sir, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in the case. Did you hear me state previously what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll let you know the initials in a moment. Okay, first one is MP. ES or F?
M.
EM. So MP and EM. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
The address is 3390 Foxcroft Road, near Florida.
I don't need the zip code. Thank you.
I would also be asking for no weapons, firearms, or ammunition.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Romero. Or I'll let Mr. Forbera go with the proof evident presumption. Great. Let's talk about count one.
If I may, I apologize, I got a phone call from one of the other jails, but who are we speaking about, Mr. Richardson?
Okay, this is Nigel Morris Richardson. He's charged with armed robbery, robbery with a firearm. They want proof evident presumption grade on it, and counts 2 and 3 are use a two-way communication device to facilitate a felony in possession of weapon or ammo by a convicted Florida felon. Sure, take your time. I can tell you the warrant says that he pointed a handgun and demanded his wallet and cell phone. Do you need the affidavit to arrest?
I have the probable cause here.
Okay. Well, the court does find probable cause, I can tell you that. There is an affidavit to arrest. It's been previously found. It says here Michael Pierce made a delivery, someone made a delivery. Pierce approached 2 black males in a driveway whom he described as, after handling the food to the taller suspect, the shorter suspect pointed a firearm at him and demanded his property. Pierce handed over the wallet, had $700 cash, then told him to leave. Then the second one was at Domino's. And they found him off of Facebook using facial recognition.
Judge, with regards to proof evident presumption great, as the court indicated that there was a facial recognition, we don't know how good the picture was, what the picture was of, if it included him, other people in the picture. I don't know that facial recognition used in that way can be determined as to whether somebody committed a crime or not. There may be a lot of people that are out there. If the picture's a little bit fuzzy or something, it may not be able to pick up the recognition. The other thing that I would say is that in a photo lineup, the person was not able to pick him out in the photo lineup, although he said he was 90% sure. He wasn't able to say, yeah, that's in fact the person that committed the crime. So based on that, Judge, I don't think that there's proof evident presumption great, and we'd ask the court not to find proof evident presumption great and set a bond.
Okay, the court is not gonna find proof evident or presumption great on count one, so tell me what you're requesting for bond.
Judge, we're gonna be, well, he's 25
No, let me
years
see
old.
what the state wants first, I'm
Okay.
sorry. And today we have no extraditions, Mr. Romero.
So we'll be starting at what time?
Promptly.
We'll be here. We'll be.
Judge, I also just, on a side note, I got a call from the Conti jail. On the afternoon docket, page 7 through 10, there's a gentleman who has ad charges
What do they want?
51. It shows no paperwork on there's no paperwork for him. He just wants to make sure so that he doesn't bring the guy over.
Well, he's on the docket, so I do want him brought over. I don't know if we have paperwork, I can check, what's his name?
It's Mohammed McDonald.
McDonald?
No, Mohammed Donald.
Donald?
Yeah, DONALD. He's on page 7.
I don't have any paperwork for him, do you, Madam Clerk? Let him bring him over anyway. When we find out he's on the docket and we don't have any paperwork, I don't know where it is.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bring him over, we might
Thank
get
you.
the paperwork. I did get the paperwork for this afternoon, but it's not in there, but do you know if we have, go ahead, Sheila.
I was just gonna say, sometimes no paperwork could mean that you have a problem. So they don't send the paperwork and the magistrate process.
So what does that mean? They're not gonna, huh?
So all of the charges, they also have bonds on them.
All right, so he got arrested, he had to have paperwork, right?
Not if he's bonded.
Did he bond,
If he bonds, they don't have to.
but you're not showing any bonds, right? Is he there?
He's still in the unit, yes.
Are you showing any bonds being posted? Just bring them.
That's okay, no problem.
All right, they'll have to find the
ma'am.
paperwork.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, so State, what is it that you're asking for, Mr. Richardson?
Your Honor, I'd be asking for a $1,000 bond.
$1,000?
$50,000.
Defense
I
is
apologize. $50,000 on count one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Counts 2 and 3, you said 10,000 each. Okay, so we have no victim contact, direct or indirect, MPEM, no return to 3390 Foxtrot Road, no firearms, ammunition, or weapons. Go ahead, State. Defense. Oh, anything else?
And the pretrial level 2.
Okay. Go ahead.
Judge, if I understood correctly, the state is asking for $10,000 on each count on level 2 pretrial, correct?
50 on one.
Oh, 50 on, okay. Judge, in speaking with Mr. Richardson, he's 25 years old, been here his whole entire life. At this time, he is working. He works for Hard Rock Stadium and guest services. He's been doing that for 2 years, so whenever there's an event, he gets paid about $12 per hour. He lives in North Miami with his grandmother. His grandmother's elderly. He's going to be contacting her to help post his monetary bond. The $70,000 bond, which the state has suggested, is something that him nor his family are going to be able to come up with, Judge. I'd ask you to consider setting a bond of $5,000 bond on count one, $1,000 bond on counts 2 and 3. That would be a total of $7,000. And also, we wouldn't be objecting as far as placing Mr. Richardson on pretrial release, Judge, to be supervised.
Okay, no victim contact, no direct or indirect with MP and EM, no return to 3390 Foxtrot Road, Miramar, no possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons, GPS level 2, 15 on 1, $15,000 on count 1, $10,000 on count 2, $1,000 on 3. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. That's without prejudice. You can go before your division judge. Timothy Demetrius Nelson, please.
Judge, his bond
Nelson is approaching John.
Posted. However, we're asking that the finding be corrected on count one. The
Okay,
bond-
so let me just go through it. So, Mr. Timothy Demetrius Nelson, I have on the paperwork, I actually have 3 of the same charges, and they're gonna tell me what they wanted to change to. Possession with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver as cannabis, $1,000 each. So what is it, Sheila, on one?
Count one is a $5,000 bond,
Do you want me to,
and it, yes, please.
Put this in here?
Yes, and his bond has been posted.
okay, so 7,000 total?
Whatever it is, 5,000, it's been posted, don't add the 5,000.
Okay, so this is the situation. You have possession. So the court's gonna find probable cause for possession with for count 1, possession with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver within 1,000 feet of a place of worship or convenience store. Is that correct, State?
What address did you say?
I didn't say, I'm
Oh, it's-
talking about what the charge is. All right, I'm gonna find probable cause on count 1 for possession with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver. Bond's gonna be $5,000. Count 2 is $1,000 each. That's a possession with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver cannabis. Total of $7,000. He actually bonded. Now Sheila, this isn't gonna hold him up, is it? That I changed the charge on here, because you told me to change it?
No, it needs to just reflect the fact that that bond is.
I did. Okay, so, he is not to return to the 55th Avenue Shopping Center. Does he understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And if he goes back there, he's gonna be arrested.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, good luck. Let me just verify your address for mailing. 6370 Northwest 26th Street, Sunrise.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, don't go back there. I'm sure this police officer is gonna be looking for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Judge, that Mr. Donald Muhammad, he's on.
Which one is this?
That's the one who said.
We're looking for the paperwork, yeah.
He, it, what happened, it has interface, but he's on the docket for tomorrow, and he's also being held on no bond. These were the additional 30, whatever.
Why is it till tomorrow? When's he going to court on the no bond?
Ad charges just got put on. The one is, the no bonds were not the magistrate. The additional charges, that he just received, they just completed them. So he didn't, it interface for the document, paperwork. He's scheduled for in the morning, but he has a no bond home.
All right, so let me go back to Conti. Conti, is anybody there? Who is it? Mohammed Donald.
Automatic Control, this is Dr. Westman. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Judge Malika from Magistrate Court. How are you? Good. I just spoke to the deputy in Magistrate Court in Conti, and he asked if we needed Mohammed Donald, and I told him yes, and we do not. Thank you. So we have Timothy Donald Corser. Mr. Romero.
My docket says he was released, Judge. I don't know if confinement status can verify that.
Did he bond? Hi, how are you? Good. Okay, so Mohammed Donald, they're gonna put him on for tomorrow, because he has a no bond hold and he has ad charges, so the bottom line is, don't bring him for this afternoon, okay? All right, and we don't have magistrate court today, magistrate court, extradition court at 1 o'clock. All right. Yes, thank you, bye-bye. Okay. All right, I'm sorry, Timothy Donald Corser, you said? So we bonded, or? Jason Soro?
He's approaching, Judge.
State, did you ever find that information on Mr. Hill?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you bring it up for me?
You wanted to print a copy of?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Soro, you have an ad charge, possession with intent to sell, manufacture, deliver cannabis within 1,000 feet of a school, childcare, or park. Bondsman set at $1,000. Court does find probable cause.
Judge,
I believe it's a 24-hour perfection, Judge.
It wasn't perfected.
Was not?
No.
No, Your Honor.
Okay,
Just on count 3, right? Yeah.
so ROR, no PC, per state and defense. You can come up, you don't have to wait. Thank you so much. Yeah. You don't have the information on this, do you?
I can double check, I didn't see it.
Yeah. Because if they presented it, I would think that they have an information. Okay. Derek, a Dortland man board.
Same thing, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, man. Board is here present, Judge, also a 24-hour perfection.
Thank you for letting me know that. This is a burglary, occupied dwelling unarmed, $1,000 bond.
Count 1. I think they found PC for attempted burglary. Is it for count 1, Your Honor?
Count 1.
Yeah. That was not.
And it was not perfected, Your Honor.
Okay, so per the state and defense, no PC, ROR on the burglary occupied dwelling, per the state and defense.
Yes, Judge. Go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck to you.
So then what do I do? Just
Judge, what time are we going to be starting this afternoon, at what?
1.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, anybody else? We're finished? Fini? All right, thank you. We'll be back at 1.